people. For my baby, free and rampa. I mean, no, as the mamma, papa, and science some more bustle say, and you may watch me and Yamre. I want J. Apunya, only a baby and come on. I want to phone is on such a bay of that, and to so say, I'll come to a better never your die. Promo dear. I want to free. See a tip of I want to sign at top room ring. Say a pin my home. Any pie ever first one. You bet me up a name. I saw mine. Is already I'm in fact, when I saw me more video of happy Easter. I'm in fact, in Chapas from Poema, yeah, Cassa, yeah, the chairperson, Mrs. Sobaya from Pop, and then Abusia. That's when I also would see me. That will be a running I'm in more special. In Chapa. For this Easter Sunday. Every common Mr. Pierre Dampa, I will never correct Sir and Sona. Hear me, Mammy, or Murder. Mr. and Mrs. Colin Supple. Mamma, yes, happy Easter. Until I do a New Jersey, I'm happy Easter. Mr. Said, I'm happy Easter. And I say, happy Easter, come on. A free bus. So a year Christopher the mechanic. Mr. and Mrs. Dixon the one. New Jersey. The problem we have sent general. And yet, Jesus said, a ready account. What seminar churches? I could go now without some channel. And yet, the father said, if you know your house to bed, if you know for count for more, but now for you for much than not. But tonight, the radio soon no way. I'm so full of sick. Oh, yes, then the rap. The raps and anchors. My brother Archie and our Kofi, best friend of Archie. Our Manchester. I'm sure you. I'm in fast, that's from Conso Emma. And the Emma what's here from UK, you know, you read. It's your prayer to come and not say, Shaman. Nasa Shaman, Nasa our Worcester, Massachusetts. If any Shapa Emma and say again, my research. Dr. Jumona say the big chief. Nana Adu Jemfi, Mrs. Mary Supple, and one Alexandra. We pass the Dama, Connie with Germany and Ray. Mr. Gata, who are New York. Mr. Sierra, who are New Jersey. Uncle Frank, Edmonton, Canada. The member of Fisher-Pass from Point and then you know what here and you rain in the baby hour. Who do a figure to her? Let you a mouth of Fisher. Yammy ain't sharp. I don't know so go and woman. I might not answer to me at Father to you. That's a say, yes, that's from Paul. And William said, for this wonderful, very wonderful Sunday afternoon. Sunday evening, so it depends on where and the area of geographical location that you have joined us live on this Amenado radio. Very soon, Lawyer will join me from UK. And come on here, yes, chef. So, I'm telling you, I'm going to for this. I will be a dream child. I'm a young and one of our great listeners. Kebona Ewo Seattle, Washington. Kono mukaya, baby I'll be a dream child. What is your papa? What you have your phone in? What is free and no fee bus in our account? I'm ready to say more at this particular moment. We need to give him the praise and thanks for all he has done in our life. We himself are Kenyan, so from Easter to another Easter. In the midst of all this COVID-19. So what do we have to do? All that we have to say, thank you. Thank you, Jesus. All right. All right. Are you ready to hear me more, OFOSUHENE? I sit down for my brother OFOSUHENE. I'm my brother Penny OFOSUHENE. You see me live from Belgium and Ray. That's how I do fun. And then come on, you did ban here, but you know, as something you know, and a tiffy as someone else said, but I see a this and then a year Easter Sunday. You know, and they said, I saw mine or mine when you meet your chain. Jana mine when you meet your chain. With all these resources, I walk assassinating. I need a war assassinating. I need a war approve. And if you have to think that Ghana is sweet, as a thing here, sweet. I want to pay. One of the Samuel analysis in our river. As a thing here, go. About the same, and a near one way. Why? Said Ghana, you're not so more so interest. It's about 30 million population, maybe 31 million. And a little bit of change on top of it. As a thing here, go you. I go with I feel and I feel that they are good trouble. Any near a person, one your man penny, and my exercise in us. You go police station. I got what really the comfort of who you a man penny and more money. Do we really understand why we go to the polling station every 4 years to vote and choose somebody to be the president? The basic needs of the people of Ghana. Young one year man gets in to be home. The business, the health care, the education, the business of poverty. You bet me a free or here. Bro. At least. And Pokrano, you bet me some sorrow. I would be 12 at least. ni ahuto kakra bia maka say oh mampani we dia me koto abama nya kwanya e mama pomuden e wonsam no mitimi kohye wabra en costume ani bia e man me nananom etmenya good education ya kwan yensuo ni nyina watimi ahwa manye me koto basic needs things bia as I said when you put the city bia dia access at least ubenya home for swak kakra so awuno eye clean mina wajamwa yesu unu msubonia eso tsinsanso ne yarea ebeba oso ani meswa atinya me eneni environmental protection. Maybe I would say that you got to come a year point. Everything to in your quenya. And you to my own yard. I must say, no. Buy any power one. Check 7 to Tonaco. About where you won't buy what you're buying. Embrano obinsi su pamponeso me no woka say we say new law biaba e wo Ghana afiwe metie afiwe ya new law biaba Ghana the new law now aban is about lands and sase and you for what on sase eba aware mu nso a say aware na japade wo na nkoye se bema no kwa na fi say ono ni abusia ni ti enti no eniema bia no wa abusia no papa no fi say na dia asase kra na se wo abusia no mu a obema na no afa koti kwan bi na asase no me no kasai wakoya engrata ni ade ni yiri ni subi e babia di ni subi ni kasai so ani ne ho kani a eye oba no eye ti a wo bobra ya se to obuye bibia bom e ba japade so beti e fi bema no adan be ye sensia enum obi otama takrade kumase asunai neso ne yiri ni mo oni mo mache akoso da bia ne da akoso nswache ene ma panya da wo His Excellency Nana Dudanko Akufo-Addo for the new law Abba Amenado Radio, fire for fire. And then so come on that process and it's this is a month for baby now I can say break the 8. Break the 8. As for mine, we are going to break the 8, which is very good. Say I feel any day. A month for baby now we are to say I'm penny and sign and 12 back Emma MPP buying and made more than 8 years. You know my general say and no ever boy. I'm a minor development at me acronym that I take it very good shape. You know my general. I want to watch general say. That's the event breaking 8 in 1. 8 now I'm on purpose will break you know. The two one is saying because I now know okay. Yeah, we will break the 8. And now no keke. And yeah, and muja. It takes a hard work. And then you become one. And I break the 8, you know. And let's say you break the 8, you know, now that's what it. Your ABCD move. We need to see difference. We need to see different ways of doing things, doing business. In the parliament and in the presidency, we need to see a huge change in this particular place. And our judicial system. Our people in Severin and Kosovo, our NDC party, we will dig into that. All right. Tomorrow. So young people so be more yet. I don't know what can. And I remember new law now, about member and one someone about social media. Next year.
Here is something at stake, your legal rights. New law. 180,000. You're welcome back. Here is something at stake, your legal rights. New law. 180,000 and or 15 years jail for land fraudsters and chiefs doing multiple sales. You have heard me celebrate a new law set to bring a great deal of sanity in land management or real property acquisition and related matters in Ghana. You may not have thought about it, that, quote, women do 2/3 of the world's work, yet they earn only 1/10 of the world's income and own less than 1% of the world's property. They are among the poorest of the world's poor, unquote. That is a former president of the World Bank Group, Berber Benjamin Conable Jr., monetizing the work women do. Think about it. And respected lawyers championing women's rights, Sheila Minka Premo and Dr. Angela Dwamnabwaje, told me recently that this sinful state remains true for most women even today. It is no surprise, therefore, that good people are super excited about the new law's mandatory requirement for a spouse to secure the written consent of the other spouse before selling, leasing, mortgaging, exchanging, transferring, giving away as a gift, or engaging in any transaction whatsoever to dispose of interest in land acquired during marriage. The law's presumption is that property acquired during marriage belongs to both couple jointly, unless a contrary intention is expressed in a written agreement. Again, if a spouse, say a man, attempted secretly to register such joint property in his name, which often happens, the Lands Commission will not permit it. That's the new law. Some people are not at all amused about this new regime, but sorry, we can't help you. The legislator made it, and the president assented to it on the 23rd of December 2020. So it is law and must be obeyed. Now, if you engage in the fraud of selling land that does not belong to you as though it were yours, you commit a crime and you will be forced to pay between 84,000 to 180,000, and or in addition to that, be thrown into jail for 7 to 15 years. The same sanction in section 277 goes for people who engage in land transaction without authority, and those including chiefs who are in the fraudulent conduct of selling one piece of land to 2 or more people. But here is my bigger joy. The trainer of lawyers and judges and prolific author of legal texts, Sir Dennis Dominic Ejay of the Court of Appeal, has explained this new law in a new book, To the Understanding of Even the Untrained Mind. I spent Thursday night and much of my Friday discovering law that truly empowers in the 645-page book, Land Law, Practice and Conveyancing in Ghana, 3rd edition. It also teaches us how a historic development dictated by the Land Act 2020 at 1036 will happen this year. By this law, while the state is not allowed to occupy your land for more than 10 years without acquiring it and paying compensation, the president will receive a report from a management committee of the Lands Commission latest by 23rd June to trigger an executive instrument that will return some lands taken by the state, that's compulsorily, before 1992 to their original owners. That's good news for some people, particularly in this part of the country. That's your legal lights. Get more in Justice Dennis Ejay's book on land law in Ghana. We will take a quick break and return to deal with the vexed matters. And remember, as always, the news file is brought to you by the kindest sponsorship of Bank of Africa, as strong as...
All right. Eti asem no minim sam wa mu tie Martin ye. E would have clear. Omo butimi ton sa asem ni pa mienu ni ansane ade. New law, I a friend of Land Act 2020. Land Act 2020. About December 23rd, 2020, taking effect this year. Ukoto asase baako na nipa ba se 9 akrasi wo. No, and the new law aba. The new law no se mo papa. And se mo we ohene wakoto asase ba nipa mienu miensa. Nana ube ko jail 7 to 15 years imprisonment. And now, pay away, and you be a say. Now, other for baby I will be out to make cano. Ya be a woman or two, Yamrano, I take his shape. We are not going to waste much time over here. We try to make things easy as possible and fast as possible. Ya be a woman or two more number of it me a friend. Now do I didn't try. Apo, who no better what 720-713-1784. 720-713-1784. Now, you need a couple. Nansan a couple Pomodian Sono. Million appear down for adjoining. Mr. Pierre adjoining life from Denver, Colorado. And lawyer ever joining a live from UK. Also, I would say, me, a common person, you can join us. Now, for a question and answer a contribution. Emra one for what? Ye dear ever. Now, I'm saying, Mammy for way to a young the phone many more would say across the globe. Now, we say any bear was swallowed dorsal. Papa, Antino, and every Antinia Mobo, Dino, Dudora, Nemo, Morton there. A year in Swinia Man Association. In Swinia, a war, Doma, Ayin Pro, a Diana Folk Pro Pay. Abiana, Abakai, Nasa so pay, Nenanano, One, Nema, Nenanano, a Janum. And over the Abba say, yes, announcement. Now, be out here, so free swing here, no free swing here. A Diana will be your free swing here. The best send the message and for my own MIA. And paying for a deep a poor enemy. Nana swing and I pay Yenia penny or sorry. I will beg you and another swing and copy a hen and swore eating. And say, a several and say, I am not a one book. Send your pay out to me. Abwa will crow and swing your mind, chrono. Since swing your mind, at this year, welcome to me, no. Woguswa, what one sa after when you said. One for Domebo, na Koya Yatsieno, and this what the una. A simple information is to the me. A fire, so I'm above. And until numbers here made the air to J. Or for Sir Wood, see me, Nabia, who free and see here. Who bet me after Sir? Who bet me after Sir? Number. Now, question here. What's the name of the son? Brother also sorry number no. That's your number. Started +1 32 485 834721. +1 32 4 465 834721. +1 32 465 834721. And now, I'm saying, I'm not seeing you. And also the number +139 379 2301 317 plus 139 379 230 1317 ewo Italy eno nti wan channel so ewo emai eno bia se yetua enkomo so eminita enche lawyer ebeyi ne ti ewo ha lawyer what me kan ubetumi afre aba any moment from now amene Mr. Pia Dampa engodi enkomo Mr. Pia
Oheba
Mr. Pia what me kan
Mete won kapa dawte won kadia
Yesu mete won kan enyume boko de
enyume ye lita ni ma wo happy lita enya tiefo nya obi obala yin bia mo bia happy lita
Obia so
yes at least of what that is pa
no prayer
and then the reason for the purpose and the reason for Christian religion no what else
no prayer yakai ni wusori ni wo ni wusori na ne soro koda meboa Isabia
yes
mezana ne yakai Yesu ni wo ne sorry na ne soro koda
actually and then soro koda and then the reason for Christian faith in the Christo na a Christo foji na kino obaye no na some church obimu na one sorry to signify say odi embody na ekọ ewu na one sorry e dey embody actually in so we na one sorry and na some kan yi ya no ga e say the ogro you know akapoma no o dey be ba o bi be ya but because who we are not sorry you know na to me say your car you know and no and ma ni so no ani gidi mu no aye sonko sansum biara e bi para tani ati afio
na mzabia say you okay and they no sa no na idea wo ma we are simulating nyinara na say just for Christian Christopher no because already I would also be woman ever give biase for tonight as we are believer who can and
yeah about the who are the real faith I have to explain this in a few minutes but the mystery is that Ojipa Dinaya Boni a for a short. What you say? And I used to feel so by nobody who here. And I knew Mujibino, everybody such a about the BBR. New Molivia is for the whole world. But just a 1 year old, according to Christian religion, they want to watch in way, you know, no have pay more canon. One more move from one level to another. What they say, but and found what we assume phobia. So, what you need now, what the job or no, like I said, Mr. Magis, the Jesus Christo, I will not go bomba. Now, me, the body into the body who here. It is the supernatural fragility, namely the human one. According to Bible, no, she said, instantly, spiritually, no, you have been transformed from one level to another. I find it here, but I have to explain. A GDM attempt and a mystery thing. Me doing a say yes or no, but I believe it. Somebody might not believe it. I will not condemn that person because I haven't been appointed to be a judge. The more I become a mayor, is the more forward. As in the hour. The ministry I can say, I believe in Jesus Christ, and I believe that me to see I will not go on. I don't want him going. Yeah, to use wood and I'm making it doing as simple as that. A Chilean at the beginning, when you are fine, when you are a full year.
Yeah. That's what I say, Mr. Pierre. That's for Papa and Mary. Yo, Mr. Pierre, you come on so. Say on my penny, Nana Nansan or the Easter address Hebrew. ɔman mu no nyinaa yɛda n'ase sɛ ɔdwe ɔman no ho na ɔsan nso so dwe sɛ because of the opportunity nneɛma bebree wɔ hɔ a yɛntumi ɛnyɛ nti no Easter no ankasa sɛnea yɛdi no butubutu no deɛ sɛ ɔmampanin yɛ sɛ yɛnhwɛ nsan na yɛnhwɛ covid yi nyame yɛ adom na nneɛma totɔ yie a na yɛtumi abie no fori ama anigyeɛ no awie pɛ menim sɛ wote Zabia
Africa no dɔfo menim sɛ yɛ meme ha na mɛkyɛ no saa deɛ a
saa ɛnti meka yɛ na dɔfo
wokasa duro bia na adɔfo ase neɛ wotɔ hɔ ade ahwɛ yɛ bi wɔ akyire bi kɔno bi sɛ bia wanya meeting hɔ na ɛyɛ na ɔsɛ kakra gu ano de ma wɔtɔ hɔ ase
meba sɛ ate sɛ ɛyɛ kama
yɛ sisɛ deɛ wokɛ deɛ ɛba kama paa
ɛm sɛ na ma lower me value fa kyɛ
okay.
Yeah. Yo, I'm a penny day address or by addressing nation about Easter on Friday. Your Sunday Bible quotation class to theatre. Am I? I'm sorry more. Or Casafa or dog and a barquia. Now I say, country, no, we need to have you don't do your home. Na yenya and swade mu so baako as a one go yeah yenya na ya twetwe sɛ aban no ene ne mpanyimfo betimi ayɛ ama ɔman Ghana na yaman so atumko ɛno te kɔda Zabia dankwa amafo ɛyɛ sɛ afiwe deɛ 2024 bɛkɔ na wie yɛ ɛsɛ sɛ MPP etimi break the 20 break the 8 sɛnea ɔmo ka break the 8 but Mr. Apia ɛm sɛ kasatente deɛ ntɔpɔ mbɔ yɛmfa anohunu so na ɛkɔ baas na sɔdo break the 8 me ma dwen mu no ebehia dedication hard working ɛne nneɛma Ghanafoɔ hwehwɛ sɛ abayɛ osiso betima yɛ no ana bisa bia me wa
nokora pa
enti break the 8 no once wa bi ntra wa do me say
ano deɛ yɛsɛ wa ayi amfo na kyerɛ ne ntoasoɔ no boa ɛna sɛ wɔbɔ mu so na kyerɛ wɔdɔ nti mefiri sɛ ɛnyɛ sɛ yɛka no kɛkɛ sɛdeɛ wɔka no ɛnsɛ sɛ woyɛ MPP ni woyɛ supporter woyɛ sympathizer woyɛ member ɛnsɛ sɛ yɛgyina hɔ ka no sɛ kyinkyinkyina nkyɛn a Ghanafoɔ nto aba no na mmom ɛwɔ sɛ yɛka biribi ma ɔmo ho sɛ ebi a baako mmienu mmiɛnsa saa nhyehyɛ wei na ɛnyɛ yɛsia anaasɛ nyɛ simple sɛ obi asusu sɛ obi bɛtumi ayɛ nanso MPP yɛbaayɛ no yɛtumi ayɛ aduru ha na baabi a yɛyɛ aduru no sɛ yɛgyae ma ne obi foforɔ ba mu a ɛnam baabi a yɛyɛ aduru nti no nnipa no ɔnhu n'ani so na ɔman no nyinaa nso ɛne ayɛ adwene sɛ ampa baabi a ɔman no ɛkɔ no deɛ sɛ yɛtumi kɔ saa for the next 24 years a na yɛ ama yɛ sɛ aban foforɔ aba nti railway line ɛne yɛyɛ a ɔbaa yɛ ɔsɛ yɛ mpɛ railway line sika a motua nyinaa excuse me sika a motua nyinaa truck a mogya gugu kwan no so nyinaa aboa a mɔkɔtɔ a mode ba railway line no nyinaa no me deɛ ɛmfa me ho deɛ mepɛ no ɛyɛ sɛ me deɛ bɛyɛ airport na ọzọ ọkọchị enyi kọntrata na kọntrata nso aba na ọba abịa stati airport na ọzọ stati airport na ọzọ adwi hɔ nom nyinaa na ọstati ɛde ayi asphalt ne adeɛ egu gu so nyinaa na ọzọ afi so na foforɔ bɔ sɛ ne mpɛ airport ne mpɛ railway mezo me pe seaport na just be die dia na ni gina o na so me ya face ka wo railway ya face ka wo airport no ni me ni na so a nya adwuma so da na ni bia o mo di so ba so ye lawyer ba ko pe o be ba so no one can be say ye ngobo bi sia emfa me ye kwan eni ye ngobo bi sia emfa ma me ye airport or the airport of Pradia, over to me up the loan area because it can pay itself. But a crime, any train crime area, so what is also about the year. The Ben again for the trade, and now on the down to crime so he had to do almost one millions and billions of dollars. And yeah, easy. But that's something I need a fair case. If you mean the woman said, and correct. As I said, in fear you knew a day anymore. You can't hear me in sound. In fear you know 2021, 2022, and first quarter of 2023, or maybe half of 2023. No, the Timima Ghana for said, yes, you do here a on your and yet, as I think, so the okay, you know, you say. Surely, when you say more, you mean out. Then upon one do, at the one say a car set free HS. Then you be out cut the sun one, but like a sampa, the offer, and Anna, meaning Akatua, woman now go school now, scanning also my Minchian, and the India. Good. And just you. And you cannot problem down any free HS. There were other issues as well to be tackled. How are you doing over there? And no negotiation to me kabom will be our support to MPP. Not yet your mood to a chobo. You mum say, wait. So you are found 2 years. They are to 2 years. You better, but a bedroom about to draw. Ghana for the book or many of the IEBs. No, Mr. to 2 years, a dog boy, I'm a Ghana for a day. Start break the 8 and only the Amayan. Here to me, another 8 years, so 4 years, another 16 years to be. What they are here. The minimum idea, Mihuni said it will be good for Ghana to maintain MPP, but it will also be good for MPP to show to Ghanaians, said,
right.
So Ghana for maintain Yania. Or maintain Yania. Dear Nian, you bet me a year. I'm an Abu Ghana. Sana mimi huno.
Yes. And also Miss Apia. And also na ye di san komo say emfa wo so ye MPP. So we ye NDC. Se be ya oman no fa oman no kanko. Oman no hye ye pa ebetimi aba na mra ye adwuma. Eno wasem ne ana mebo.
No kwetro because ye ba oman Ghana no but the person of mine cocoa drew. And Meradubo a person a baby as an year do honomono. Yes, a shame ye, not a man for you here. And ye are not over Kaya program we are also. Any Aman sign, any other program near Kosovo. Not as someone near this and this upon say. Mahama saw the near Atu to Aquamu. The bed will be years 3 Aquamu. Okay, Zakasan. I got it, okay.
Hello, Miss Abia.
What's the matter?
Meton Kappa.
They say, okay, sir. And maybe a trouble. That young desire NDC force and Mahama say, or the Niema up to talk Quamu. Near the source of the bed and Nimon to talk Quamu, obeying ye free Quamu, not a Quamu down when you Niema crowd the other to Quamu. Because you win your money to that Quamu. Okay.
Yeah.
Sana also MPP you be see who say you did not to Aquamu and Niema Bain na Ghana for who Niema crow. So one more who are you better red so akasa. Na many say put to the private me and say Amenado because say a year yes will be kind you and I'm a boy now.
Sir.
A year it be kind. And as you're crying say me in particular, Miss Liwasa Amenfi. Say, okay, 2017 budget. 2018 budget. A free asankregwa ekopem se hwe kwa kwan. Ni nyina na e wo budget mu se ye be ye kwan no. As I'm speaking today. Me nim da on be wie kwan no. Another on be shafe. In the duru wana se ya anya. How can I go back to my village and tell my people say MPP be ye kwan? Much the message na tell them. And then somebody who can remember can come and ask me say 2016 budget na emu say ye be ye kwan. Me spread that message is very very beautiful. 2018 na emu ya ba 2020 and I was
2021
you were 2021 and the dabai na kwan ye be ye na wie
yan sha asia kura
ekwa mi kan enuru 50 miles o kan nyina bomu a enuru 50 miles o dia here these are some of the things of the year the year ni adre year say ye be kam sa kaka me nyini say be bo
yeah
ye me yan so say and to so ba e be ye west o dia here endi no e be here say MPP di oman ho dobeto na koma so e be jure say ampa se se etumi ye bibi boa oman no ma eniema bi because say revenue na aban no sika aban no gidie no ene so a say last na minia lawyer e kana me so me kan bi say amafo o jafade be bi oman no yes they don't pay property taxes a it deserves also mutua now let nobody you should tell me or say as I said be a piano a first saying equal share or something like that. So they mentioned. So we are when you're only to $1 million. Who's Ghana be to me make $1 million? Ghana. We are where, sir?
Oh really?
Oh yeah. I buy I'm going to send about platform so. Your interview in war program B. Also make about it was somewhere around $500 million, $600 million. I was shocked to hear that. I was so shocked.
Yeah, Miss Apia, buy a corner walk. Or your mic done a more and say I know 2 coins.
What do you make video ready, bro? Or your mic done a move? I maybe I'm quoting the amount wrong. But it's over $1 million. Let me put it that way. It was huge amount. And it was somewhere around 300 and something. It's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Make sense. How can this be possible?
I'm
not going to say it's true. And you know the secret of it? This girl is my cousin. She is my cousin. Ni mami ya Mr. Wa, ni papa ya me wafa. Both the parents in Ghana relate to me. And this girl was making this interview, said, this is how much money she's making. So if it's true that people are making money for dealing in gold in Ghana there, then we need to build our roads and do it well. We need to tax them well. We need to let them pay their share to build the country. I know that will be the video be about problems and make Nigeria maybe. Also, we don't need partners from overseas to build our African continent. Now we are allowing the foreigners to come and take advantage of us. Now this person has built a whole place in Nigeria. I was shocked. People have money in the country, but the Russians know leadership very man. And what the leadership are doing, is probably not helping the people to do more. Because Obi Wadai was Trasako. A dino is about $2 million and now $1 million. A phenosen with fear near the Boa Trasako area home. I get there.
It's out there.
Open. We feel out in the minute of fear to do $1 million.
Hey, $1 million.
A first one, or part of the Uchiano, a bedroom by $2,000 or maybe close to $2,000.
Aye.
Good. I didn't know you fear $1 million for Ghana. Now, after so, I want to mean to car a bedroom by $1,000. I'm not going to tell you $1,000. We have a developed area. I didn't because a near most you to be said, not near man, it will flow. Let's look locality, no locality to Canada, you Juma. And yet, you may be able to do one my year in charge, accountable. Then I hear come what them to say. Oh, because I got the said again, assistant to here. Wouldn't say Cote d'Ivoire, almost called civil war. So, okay. But wouldn't have our almost and move rapidly. So, yeah, where's her? Do you know the reason? Because Cote d'Ivoire, on mine at the home.
Yeah.
I hear every course of mine. Every single person has identity card. They call it card identity.
Yeah, card.
Yeah, I card the identity. And I mean card. Every person in Cote d'Ivoire, you wouldn't equate the fear. And where for it in Kuranwa, the child needs to be registered within the district area. Not Cote d'Ivoire. I have family members in Cote d'Ivoire. Every plot, every plot in Cote d'Ivoire, to me, sorry, and conquer so be said, as I say, a man and animal say, and a crony in other to know, no, for no affected, no, no, to share, no church trap, or some to and I'm your hero, Krumha, no church trap, no. Every small town in Cote d'Ivoire, or make the kind at the pillars, concrete pillars, is about maybe 2 to 3 feet. One year the back, and now a town planning for no about the demarcating, the deal also chronicle no more year Guhonomo, and Jomu Ria, now the Nipanoa or your caretaker Ukronomono. If somebody need a plot, you go there, they go and show you, and then you start your building. In a city. When me personally, this has been my problem. Sir, why can't we do this in Ghana? Me feel say any problem one, how to solve. There was students at almost university, a Juma Papa Kromunibi. When we create the system that is going to train them and empower them to do this kind of job on one, every person that is owning a property in Ghana, would be able to pay their properties, property prices, near the sense can be a trust and go quality car. Now, you tell me spending in area, then the excess of the money, because it's 1 year money paying, and you continuous paying until you give up with your property. As long as you own a plot in, let's say, Accra or Malam, you didn't say Malam, I hold a group. You didn't say what plot or Malam, and it will be a what plot or Darkomine. Difference kakra wo on say the city no obi o plot I want to say osu and obi o plot I want to say bawe difference kakra wo how to say we na ya dey o say ni opportunity ya dey me to so why can't we do this? Because you na trust na NDC asaba bi na ye ntumi nye sa ye solve that problem we
no dey no o come no ya
we don't have time for that. This is our time to solve this problem, solve it once and for all. Obipa on to Messano, a buying Bipa so no abaye. What is here? The media be who say Ghana in problem no. Though it might look big, but a democracy get to be a 2 to 2 years to say, 2 to 2 years before you realize, now everything has take a shape into a business background. The person cannot change it. So last we can say, first party. Identification. Atames buy and Oboko to baby. And Tanyas putting both Atames accountable. Adentra. Parliament and Passamara. That's the Parliament Passamara say yenye identification ma every Ghanaian. Then yenye every property be all country in Mubiano. Yen to me and catch it properly. Why can another president come in and stop doing it? No, you cannot. Or people to be a court and the court will rule against the president, Who does the committee to be President Coleman or court to be president, So, yeah, where's that? So,
wow.
you got it. But the Baya Catano and yet in the brain. Yet the woman said, MPP, and yet 8 years no, you be breaking any here be. And not yet, say, ye a bomb ye in Quadia. Ya don't so ye. No doubt in my mind. But as I see a cumulative to maybe Bobby near the I said, what do you hear? Because the revoke cousin be said, so near a crack over Bina was one in the American and said, you drew Quanta with why you begin. Ahome. No, one, yeah, bro, if you any man at work. So what do you hear? That the ultimate.
The tone capa, Miss Apia.
Aha. Yeah. And you know, the new one said, you see a bit to me, a boy. Yeah, to me and leaders in Abacasa. Not moment taking to say a joke. Because on money ye pian here, money and cost any here. The yen I can hold more. You bet me a side within 1 to 2 years we can solve this problem. That is my belief. Besides that, last time anything in the car, Sarah Safari and Assam I will read you so Neboa. Yeah. It seems to say the almost to me solve our problem is about the immediate main casa home baby. All I'm telling Ghanaians is that every year we will end up in a slippery slope. As a Wusana before no do the air trono. Now a sana walk on who saw a chibasro and ye beam. Now a sana would occur, I do not with the baby king clean. No, American near Canada neck one swag. Oh, Miss Near Canada neck one swag. Now, change society because when we are talking about civil liberty, I make a high limitation on. That is what they are saying. In the same Masania man who can organ a bit of baby. You know, but if you are a crano, the person Daniel Boa, now no big video be bremy. Or baby said she want to be like animal, can I mind? And you know, they're homas on a con, any again. That is nonsense. What do you say? Send me your Bema, and so I feel like I am a bar, and you know, because send me your bar. Nay, I'm not crying, your bar. That's why you're Bema. You are in 3 years. No, Jensen. You will school or Ghana. If you are a safari on Bejo, please go to that school. Mamon tries some of the school, be as a Mara, at the that will be a comparison. Say, I will say, Avan Ben Moshe. I am Itieno, common sense. He speaks sense some of the time. But this particular issue, the guy went different opinion. Come and tell us, yes, sir. This is the guy. He always advocates for our culture and our tradition. Yet, right. He is saying, say, this time a near master. So, a near master is there. Can you know about yourself or something? And obey yourself or something? Hey, say, and that was something chrono. And chrono. And so, well, some little problems be an abiana, a quabe 8 and 7. By nature, no, obey. Oh, yeah, and I was some a free Adam, a Abraham, not transfer from your pencil. I was some from the Buana. No, correct. And never been answer. Maybe answer, son. Any other year. Yanni, answer, Yanni, Yakofa Subambia, who baby. Subambia, any abundance, you move. Yeah, you wore bar, a free Abraham non pencil, or bar a bonufu. Oba awadi ukura bema awo sadi usiti bema mo nufu bema awadi ukura eni mazasa esa tambe odi azie mamuma ye ma ye ho kwan ma si abetena obi kuro so wo mu nsem hu. I always want to say this straight to Abraham to say sans hu bi o mu di a ha wo mu eja de we do say me ye adwuma ko Denver downtown every day, almost Monday to all weekdays, Monday to Friday. Now, so who sa emraya anyemo madija to mokum hanomo ni dia edi o madish ye ni nya okro twa yi mu a owura be ho am America youth. Yeah, and so muntimenka. You will work for this country. What do you say? Sometimes me tra ni ti achi na me hwe nipa na sa na me wura ho ama o man no. Yeah. Because the Omo Crown is not going to help.
That's me say I'm feel say a freedom as a nipa ni yo.
No, yeah, some of them because a American Civil Liberty Union. Woman are yes, I am man. So that they think that they are helping people, but and one or more, rather no, almost hurting Crawford more. They are hurting them more. What do you say? That the other years when say, one back at that say, when you have what you want to be at the open. Yes. So when you open up when your program to be you say the empire, the taxpayers' money. Empire is the money. Like you know, c'est différent de nous. Mais il peut se bien de open there. Tant qu'on y a program, on va solve the program. On a mis bois. Il y a des notions.
Oh, what's papa? Nisabia. David. Who also?
Oh, okay. Now my take PPB was then VCB Casadem.
David. Obi so album.
I was Ghana for the Kimi who said your culture, your tradition. Then you Namia Dom. Oh boy, you go home. I knew you have to be beer in Anisika. What do you have here? I knew you have to be beer in Anisika. When you say Ghana, just one Anisika, but Ghana is one of the most happiest. Ghanaian people are the most happiest people in the world. Are one of the most happiest people in the world. When is that?
I said, as a salmon.
Yeah, and you may release our statistics one time ago. I think that we fall within the first 10 categories among all the nations.
Yeah.
Ghana fall within the 10. The most happiest citizens on this planet. Ghana for Yakahumbi, Adendra. What you were crazy here, but you know enough for you come say, and you may, if you look up like a Sonia Cobo, you are, hello, no, be out for the baby. Yeah, problem, so.
I'm voting me to say, Eddie, do one bomb. Now I have said
to be the Bob, I could show me a DP, so also on the part, your cop, a cook, Sheba, Binico, Didia, and man telling my boy, secretary.
Yeah,
and depression,
cultural relationship. I know the organ pa. Nano, and a bit of the papa ni phobia be from you say, I will young cookra na 1 year, obet me atward. First, not any my way.
I don't think I will say you to me, daddy and self, near to your hopeful. Near Mangolana, Ebony, who said, Mamma, Sika, and your mother say, and no quantity be na Sika Yabatoye. Now, that's Soja. Yabatoye, better than Soja. I used to be also many abosika, others are making one broker. What do you say? Yeah, others are making one broker. Yeah, done that. Yeah, got the same 10. Yen to me, free, wouldn't you invest to come 1 PC? Would you invest to come Pamatali and find you just say, Ubenya, Ubetia Patel would them ask when you but the question is, what is that going to do at the end? And you can be there. To be honest, there's a quantity this kind of year, and but the scandals are know, is a move. But your tradition and culture. We are happy. We are so happy.
Yeah.
Mama young people in Sani is there. Because Sawama let's drink machine, logic of machine. Whatever you do to the left, you do to the right. So they make them.
Yeah.
That is a scientific term. We just so two boat. So we are mechanical. You must say two boat. Most of the time, both boat, So two boats maybe were left here. We got the same area no right, not the same boat to be sure. So what is happening on so on? This is the logical mechanism. And I said engineering science almost here and they prepare the logically it makes sense. And go back say what the boat about one about so the two boats no also no. One programming according to their making. What do you say? It is a woman, number one, freedom of that kind of say or quatermata or child rasta. want to mean you know, and you're such a matter for you know, fine, no, be so bad. On those I'm saying, I'm also married in Cherami. Also, because of the baby. What to me?
Yeah,
what to me? It's not that we don't like Rastafarians. Fine. But many point in this is our Rastafarian or call police here. It's you know, obey anything.
And
of course, so so the thing you know, obey anything. And just over 23, but when you create, acquire Juma, acquire police here. Bra woko sukuu ya oda so ye sabe abofra yi no na wo foma ni hunu se bibia mu won hihye
yeah
odi ase bibia mu won hihye onyi ni ti so ontumi nyi ni ti no a ompe sukuu a ompe timi accept no sani ni community ti e ko bi betimi accept no ba mo force wa temota se change trenkin a wo mo se start do mo se ye o mo ne ma no enyi no ma ye e dia tete nipa bebre wo Ghana wo ma di o man no so abeduru sa abere
yo, yeah, now
CP 8 years from Yamia to me break it, but we have as I say, young argument, and yet
just for talk. No. That's right.
Yes.
Yo, yeah, that's Mr. Apia Dankwa, a member of MPP Colorado chapter, and I've so no, MPP member people 4 years ago, Kobo Juma, I was Ghana, papa, better. And I know the I'm say, a Juma 7 near my binti, went to me uncle. And so, Oja and Koja, Nehoma ko, Nehoma dear, Mejitum say a court. It's a beer than quite better, I say, about so. I'm a lawyer, and I'm a war. Joe say Wusu, and so I do not have friend Joe White. And so I come home. I was now. And Salamene lawyer Besham Commoner Seno. Members of Massa upon new law no. Emu asem emu and some na kakrana yet me tie ni ye kakra bi na yene lawyer den komono abe shisha so owia na femiko minia Joe Osewusu eso na unim se emre bi baya na amanfo bi ewu o Ghana papa ewo kaya na ebubo amanfo mu twa kwan mu wo Adenta area hon ema mampanyi emia nania so obewie eye sa overpass no a esasa amamfo betwam ewo soro no na emfonyi bi na mabonten uhu a owira beko efise new Greater Accra regional minister na waba waye na adwen so say baby ayedi overpass ato asese nipa faso ombere se nipa be faso wunim sa manfo ade niema hange overpass no so na omode aye omoton ewa na omode shopping ayi na enipa mfa ho sila manfo etwa kwanum na ka bono asode so asode a ewa man no mu no ba kono no na yentie new law e fa nsase ho any property se fa couples ho emun nsam a aba yentie kakra.
You're welcome back. Here is substance stake, your legal rights. New law. 180,000 and or 15 years jail for land fraudsters and chiefs doing multiple sales. You have heard me celebrate a new law set to bring a great deal of sanity in land management or real property acquisition and related matters in Ghana. You may not have thought about it that, quote, women do 2/3 of the world's work, yet they earn only 1/10 of the world's income and own less than 1% of the world's property. They are among the poorest of the world's poor, unquote. That is a former president of the World Bank Group, Berber Benjamin Conable Jr., monetizing the work women do. Think about it. And respected lawyers championing women's rights, Sheila Minka Premu and Dr. Angela Dwamnabwaji, told me recently that this sinful state remains true for most women even today. It is no surprise, therefore, that good people are super excited about the new law's mandatory requirement for a spouse to secure the written consent of the other spouse before selling, leasing, mortgaging, exchanging, transferring, giving away as a gift, or engaging in any transaction whatsoever to dispose of interest in land acquired during marriage. The law's presumption is that property acquired during marriage belongs to both couple jointly, unless a contrary intention is expressed in a written agreement. Again, if a spouse, say a man, attempted secretly to register such joint property in his name, which often happens, the Lands Commission will not permit it. That's the new law. Some people are not at all amused about this new regime, but sorry, we can't help you. The legislator made it and the president assented to it on the 23rd of December 2020. So it is law and must be obeyed. Now, if you engage in the fraud of selling land that does not belong to you as though it were yours, you commit a crime and you will be forced to pay between 84,000 to 180,000 and or in addition to that be thrown into jail for 7 to 15 years. The same sanction in section 277 goes for people who engage in land transaction without authority and those, including chiefs, who are in the fraudulent conduct of selling one piece of land to 2 or more people. But here is my bigger joy. The trainer of lawyers and judges and prolific author of legal texts, Sir Dennis Dominic Ejay of the Court of Appeal, has explained this new law in a new book, To the Understanding of Even the Untrained Mind. I spent Thursday night and much of my Friday discovering law that truly empowers in the 645-page book, Land Law, Practice and Conveyancing in Ghana, 3rd edition. It also teaches us how a historic development dictated by the Land Act 2020 at 1036 will happen this year. By this law, while the state is not allowed to occupy your land for more than 10 years without acquiring it and paying compensation, the president will receive a report from a management committee of the Lands Commission latest by 23rd June to trigger an executive instrument that will return some lands taken by the state, that's compulsorily, before 1992 to their original owners. That's good news for some people, particularly in this part of the country. That's your legal rights. Get more in Justice Dennis Ejay's book on land law in Ghana. We will take a quick break and return to deal with the vexed matters. And remember, as always, the news file is brought to you by the kind sponsorship of Bank of Africa.
All right. Now to say, the new laws about the land and the, to acquire a land and the land sellers, and also the properties that belongs to couples. Na bana be makata tie onu wa fam mfitikwan kude na ase onu kwani din na woso BBC na ebe ko ni akohwehwe mu a ese oba na kura din ni so be ma na mfo oba na nka ho bi na make say accident bi asi ama be ma no wa free mu na tese oba no ne ho akokam one ne ma abusiafo bi afa ajapade ne nyina say oba ne din ni so esi da bia ya tibi da bia na medo mampanyas say sene ensase ho pa ne atuo ne asekan na ebimu dwane ewo mu na muro mu because of ensase ho. And I think say a good thing on my say mampany atimi take say initiative see e beboy mama ko na me lawyer ko di komo lawyer otumi nka me mo akwa.
Thank you.
Anyone say
you whoever
bibia bokode
yeah, thank you.
Yo lawyer so far no ni edikan any tape ya me boy about the new law ya my friend act 2020 lawyer me boy what mun sempa sana wusi hu na sana obisi adi hu komo akire.
Well, the American, many people may not like it.
Anything?
It sounds the average Ghanaian has been made to believe say and namdudu kunkwemwa and same kwai. It's a good idea say yede BBC abeka aba. But the first question na kabibu sana say emre be na Ghana na eye legal. Actually say illegal, I mean can say illegal. Emre be na Ghana na eye legal say need to be tons as many as back money per 5. Emre be na eye bra. That is the first question. Who can be na eye bra? So I need to be yes. Mike, here is our question.
Who is that question? Lawyer.
Yeah.
Maybe I tell repeat your question, maybe.
Question is Emre Bay na Eyemra. So what he need to miss for us about comedy per 4.
Me baby I say Emra. I know they maintained.
Good, but no.
And sooner and so muye me boy. So I had to say lawlessness I work on mine.
The no more na kasana. It was illegal.
Yeah.
And they need to be to prison.
And so now take advantage. And we are no scot free.
It was perfectly illegal for them to be doing that, and the state could have been prosecuting them. The state didn't. Okay? And now we are being made to believe, say, affiliate the home rubber. The answer, the truth of the matter is, Emre will order that. So, if Emre on Yantinia enforces Embrana, what shows a lady a bit my enforcer?
That's a lawyer says, I am running up and a month for Sunday news file for the abbey. Now, be asked to pay attention.
As I may be say, first in then Brow order that.
But Nana, all my enforcement. Son, some run here. If you hope
and run walk on 1 year, you force no. If and they be enforced one, and it's America say, and I'm good one say, we are made to believe that.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is, will we enforce it? That is what I want to say,
Right.
stress.
Right.
The Americans are same way, no. A land guard and a so-called vigilante. Emra Kofabai. Na sa nipa was sense kind of mark with Nubiasa as a land guard. It is illegal in Ghana's history. Okay? Yanfo bien go to prison. Any ever catch us after the home rabba. You go for home rabba, no. It will be a prison. You just have about 2 years a so-called vigilante and Saneman.
So they said the lawyers over here vigilantism no 2020 about one year said that
so it depends on how you define vigilantism. Depends on how you define it.
That's right.
But the definition of vigilantism, no, any part a political vigilante, a land guard, they have always been the same people, and they've always done what they're doing. Even Galamsey, Kurano, and Nipajina, or ye guardian, you pay 2 Galamsey, no, Sankophone, they are guilty of that law. Sankophone, one can say, oh, guardian, me 2 Galamsey, or no. When we are guilty of that law, yet in fact, we can have laws, we can make laws, which is good, we celebrate it. What you say? It's good celebrate say the mraba. But we pay if we enforce it.
No correct.
So no. Ghana, we don't have appetite to prosecute chiefs if they commit crime. We don't have appetite to prosecute chiefs if they commit crime.
No,
what is the biggest problem when it comes to land? What is the biggest problem? Because for every lander, one beton are any demarcated so much on. One cause a problem for generation upon generation upon generation upon generation unborn. For example, maybe at the Bay train station, you know how important train station is for the whole community, for the whole country. No, he be at home. No, this cannot be at home to make flat. No, the be a worry. No, the be a cotton accounts more brutally. Now, said train station, Emma so forever and ever done because of him. Okay? One my sad way, it is illegal. We have not prosecuted them. Tamagana by a democracy, quite a worse because what I have come to understand, what I have come to see in the say, politicians, you know. How many chiefs in the tribune?
Yeah.
So what are politicians be a kukruma? The first point of call, no one in the
Oh yeah.
No one in a tons as me one, as I said by common nipa me one. Would you say these politicians are going to say prosecuting? We can jubilate, me and you can jubilate on the fringe. So but that's fine. But we need to let the politicians understand say, more. Yenim de moanye eni nim de moka asem obeye so moanye eni nim de obeye eti ye de beto to ho what am I say?
Yeah,
some kind of say so me sure say man for betia say yenim mo yenim de moanye yenim de moka asem obeye so moanye eni nim de mo asem obeye so no na ye be ma moaye de wo sem ye si etimi ye sa de a eni mra obeye adwuma. Because I'm trying to figure out how, if I say you're signing the law, no, you're signing at the end of Ghana, this was not discussed, was not debated, it was not public. Because if you are not buying for no musro, say, the law be a parliament, if you misbehave. We didn't, the politician didn't even give us the opportunity to even talk about it. Because almost waiting follow for in the first place. Mike, what would them pass be?
No great. No Canadian, not one.
So you for me in the first place. They made it secret. But even a secret didn't put no necessary law. Please, it has to be enforced. See, a status assembly say by enforce society man, which I doubt we would do, because one track record, politicians say one track record, it is clear. They don't have appetite to prosecute we know more he be there because we chrome he now we chrome in But many sure say they have appetite to prosecute Bantamahine. School lander. Many sure say they have appetite to do that. Until you offer a pan and they don't go to.
Nothing they said, yeah, lawyer, Emraba, Emranya Badi, or you know, boom, last one.
Emrana has always been there. Selling a school land has always been illegal. And yes, I feel them home rabbi, free heaven abba, has always been illegal. Land that you should for what is meant to be no beton has always been illegal, Mike. Eti, you know, Uko Kumasia, railway station, it's all been sold in the stores. Are we going to prosecute him for him or Tom? Do we have the appetite?
That's a good question, lawyer.
Eti, we can celebrate everything, but our politicians, woman hear him for no, only one. Oh, and then when these two people meet, they be at the end. So no, so much or close doors. Politicians, I'm going for no, I'm going to
oh yeah.
The kitty be in a way, a crime my way. Don't go kind of woman and no pally petty. Because that is where the corruption in Iraq started.
Yeah.
Ghana's biggest problem has been our chiefs. Because Ghana say a problem is a corona yam planning, and really our biggest problem. See, I can say they planet Kumasia with also book almost cloning to Ulimza.
Oh yeah, sir.
Because maybe they also a double road.
Obi guy sika pamupe.
Yeah. Maybe they also a train station. Maybe they also a underground cross Kumasi also a planet dada. Maybe they also a yes animal. Maybe they also a hospital. Maybe they also a local if I say Dr. Albako. Maybe they also a the local school. Because school should not be primary school should not be 2 miles away from where you live. Secondary school shouldn't be 5 miles away from where you live. Once he started, because he planning Kuna, fit for human to live in. We need to start thinking about this. In Kumasi now, if we can be with CSI, it's a disaster. Not only in Kumasi. In Accra, if we want to do that now, it will be a disaster. If we want to do that now in Takoradi, it will be a disaster. In Tamale, it will be a disaster. In Sunyani, it will be a disaster. Still, and Kofana or more causes a disaster. They are still there. As we are powerful. They say, "For instance, as any idea, as I say, you are in India." It's not true. Yenny happen say you are in India. You are in India. Wouldn't say.
Not right.
As I say, it belongs to all of us. Ubiaka say no, or Hina no Kamdana says, "I say," and yet, as I say, it belongs to the whole country. Everybody in the country, a part of it, owns some part of it. Okay, but then when he went an idea. And when he went an idea, and the Kumasi in one, and then Canadian one, and Sunyani one. Now, it's not true. Yamawamosa, Trimudeno has got a better part of them. And no take advantage. In no mess, am I? And the associated to when they get to Munay and Nana Ton Assassin, Nadia Fahombe, and then they turn Assassin, Nadia Fahombe, San Ubuya. It is an essay, and Rapa. I would treat this law as a vigilante law, Kofa Baya, and for which you will be a so far. Until some who say, I train him for a CNB. I started gum. So, and him for a sea pano, and the one mind in it, then there might be Bobby there who will fund to me more. My person, mother started moving. Mimobi.
Whatever a mobile dance.
But actually, Chief Wayne, the Paramount Chief, and the Home Chief, Wayne Cocoforidia is a mess. Your tongue. Just say, the here say, baby, you cook. Look, Mike, you're planning crowd. And just maybe a group to near to sense as you. And then a crack. You're planning crowd. The town and country planning, they also decided, say, look, here it has to be this. And then no more demarketing everything. Baby, I'm there will be a village, a dying a group 40. Village, a more than 300 years, you see that even count. When am going to tell that? Because when he didn't work, I say, the Queen, maybe you can't say, I told every muscle. The middle of a big city where we're not pack a cacada home, not we need so. Baby, I'll give you.
Oh, yeah, sir. Sir, Park cannot be her, or we at the 2 or 7 a bear, a month for bet my poor.
Sit.
Nomna.
Say if we have this,
Yeah.
you're planning a crab, baby. Say many years ago. When he was all media, men pennies have me tongue. No, what tongue from pa? Kumasi, near baby Brazil. When he was media, men pennies. To be honest, no, he never said trace these in plan.
Yeah.
Never. No, he never also trace these in planet town. No. But yeah, allows that because politicians are here for not a one. Also, no, ye tribes and kitten. Adia ye na say ye tribes ye chief no. When the president Adam for no. Adia here pa no. Etino say ye chiefs na na say ye tribes leader no within some form. Na politician become we will rise against the politician instead of rising against our own chief. Say massa adia we ye. Unim sa.
Yeah.
Eti woman they enjoy her immunity no. Just say the tribal loyalty no and him for no woman need just had no. And we perpetrate serious crime against us by selling ye right to say a mabit me and your park is one and a could training. Your right to say you been your pavement or your street to home, the right to see you been your double street. You know, Kumasi is a shame. Apart from the areas if I say 1940 something, Bruni plan here double street, ye double street and pano. And then the 3 years one. The double street now, he didn't say pennies are matetia pong. Seriously. A pass on my theater. So we woke up Prempeho, also quite to a double. Who free swam runabout now, Cobantuma. Say quite double. We sign it. Say, I'm sure I single. You know, we say areas if you honor
Right.
areas free what ya can if we are making sure say ya tone in di amanipa see that it is na nakofa bill about I thought say na bill no think he debating in public near my him yet tini panani near many panel rise up kakra say na nanu moy modi e bone ache say the ehunu moto so no it is here we or hine na wo ton say ba ko amanipa tre a nyese mimi krom hine nu ntina metawo chi no I will make sure say you go to prison. So bill never publicly debate here. So the ordinary person will be empowered to see say Sadia no him for no and say support woman because ye him for no woman no. But it was he who say woman ye criminals or yes I we criminal or I will commit a crime against me and the generation unborn until I need to back the system as against the chief. The opportunity to debate it but for whatever reason, the politicians thought I deal with the Indian private because I am for the tea. I want to my anyway. That is what it is. Also, the beta about women and inheritance in the man.
Yeah,
it's also there, but then we by enforce, which is good because son will be warrior. Also, Ghana no. The sad thing then say, Oba sebe unimuma no wako school. So no. Sini kunu wa en fasa nkwasi ade ni knows wahra.
Yeah.
Because we him the right. Sini kunu ye will so anya will. Se paper eyi ni kunu japa de se ni din wo it doesn't matter ni na obeche. Unim sa. Because embrano man kwan say she takes over. So but the one ko school na won't me afford lawyer own him the right no. Okofa lawyer mpo lawyer no kwa be gini sika na lawyer na san ko tie the other person nechi umu diebu ebo no for lawyer no amka ma judge sika because wa ko just careful the other side eti say law no say lawyer be risk say a man ka say law no ya dwe say ba be bo no it will still be the same say ka say ukunu wa ye be ma free legal advice, free legal aid, whatever inheritance because by default ukunu wa will be by default. So, a common sense and it's a common law. And indeed, the PNDC law, Bakubi is so popular, me show so number no. And also enforces that. But it has not worked because in many cases in Ghana, our women are not educated at all. Okay? They are not empowered at all in anything. And then almost right, say they set up a system that will make sure say they are right, and then you may almost they are uphold na more my relief kakran. We have also neglected it. So eti sene will be kunuwa na abian instead of a yenidiano. Nebusian for say aje. We need in the into one side in the Amano. Obana has to go to court. The first question is who scored the court. The second question is your court is who corrupt. How does he go? So say yeah, because by default, a default to Obana Tino, who Papa say if any saying what James and Yaman friend is no. All Obana was to go to police and report. So married certificate, sorry, to produce it and go to the police. Police will enforce and make sure say the Yaman has come back to you. So be it. You know, society the Baba Canada, I am for it.
Oh, sir, lawyer, yeah, okay. Obi o ha ne kuna tena che. Omo ajapade enso. Ebi ana nipa no wan sheda nko school. Enti akenkane ne ade no onimu na bama yi bunifa so bibi besi no bekwa akohwe na oba no kura edini. I think say
ade no so go be worry. Now we have property and say the thing was it doesn't matter. As long as I didn't cross, I bring more worry no. We equal share just like you. And it by default. So me say me wo yere na me na me yere na me ko to bibia. I don't have to put ni din wom. Say me ni dru see ejaya. Court will share side na between me no. Say me no ye nyai so na say me wu a. It goes straight to her. The bank account today ni din wom din mo go straight to her. So no so a. Once the bank account today and it should come straight to me. Midin also midin is, it doesn't matter. So, but the trouble is say we have not enforced the laws because your system is very corrupt. Mike, your problem no. Your system is, and yes, Mrano has always been there, but because he is so corrupt. Mekai, some time ago, I lost a relative. Right, he was quite wealthy, you know, and established. When they were very wealthy. As soon as a relative knew we be 40 days. You try say, you see, relative no way attack. Intinia attacking dinner there. I thought said that was it. A friend announced say, wow, didn't Cabiano, but I catch that ten on your mouth.
Hey,
no, Kakako, Nidiana said, Nibia saw will be also attend a vessel. Mike, at the time, no, a dime you know. I say, attend the vessel. Right? We are sitting in front of Ben's bus. We didn't say what he be doing that.
Ben's bus. Aye.
Ben's bus. Ben's, I say, some type of van be near CSR, how much you travel, how many passenger name.
Yeah.
He had one of them. Yes, he attended a vessel. No war, a friend say, can be a friend of Ovan. Yes, he attended a vessel. Kikri, yes, in a man so no, woman attended better.
Hey,
they was so soon. Yes. Was so soon. He can't go anywhere because Wakaso Okokota, he has no money. She's been just being disabled by default. And if he was to go to police station, she says, look, police won't listen because they are interested in coming Jeffrey no. When you be almost and when you can be cross to take court action possibly I tell you I didn't in a journey, he may go and bribe the judge.
Yeah.
Na fair assembly to share that one abeja court number. It is problem no. It's a systematic failure, any corruption. But Ghana ni mpe yeti. So Ghana ni mpe sa se mu yeti because what didn't pay for them and why you say.
Yeah.
But your loss I won. See ka say loss ni ye enforce say loss no. Ni ama na ye adwuma. Ni force make sure say law na ye adwuma. Ka Ghana ni bia ho beto no. There is every law in Ghana, every law we have. You know, I want to touch on quick on the Mofra Rastafarian food so I can give way and Mr. Joe Wise can put in a word.
Okay.
I listened to Mr. Apiadankwa. He is right on so many things. Yeah. But let us look at this way. Should we give Abofra 13 years the opportunity to say Oboko School Akonkwejai? That is the first question, sir.
Sir,
could you say again?
Also, Oboko
should we give Abofra 13 years that opportunity? No?
Daddy.
My family come as 13 years old. Should we give parents the opportunity to say, should we do that?
Well, I think, sir, it all depends on the circumstances in here.
No. Should we give a parent opportunity? Say, look, about what 12 years? A school no pa fan brown pen fan ma. We are sure say what's here, sir.
Yeah, as on mind, the answer say yes, but individually, no. Obi ba cancer.
Mike, abofra onyenya 16 years no. Where state ni want to control when it comes to education more than the parent.
Sir, we are abofra na onyenya 18
years, sir. State no or my state no.
Yeah.
All of funds control. Mama example. Abofra bi na oyare. Na o se doctor for the moja si so. O mama no pass o mo mpene. Okay? Doctor nan ka say well mama no pass o mpene fa nko. When the doctors near, this is Ghana. When the doctors near, they went to court and told the court, say, Abofra, we have some this will be it in a more force them and non papa no montiasi. And a court say, yes. Court to your first seven no mammy or pagina her court, doctors won't switch her. No, you busa will be unwasem, you dear seminal, not judging who say from Mugensia crowns or mamma papa on po. It doesn't matter. In England, that is exactly how we do it here. In the United States, I wonder this is how you do it there. Abofra onye 16 years about education. Or mama no papa support to the state to educate the child. But they don't have a say. See, best for school, man in school. No, we need opportunity. No.
Yeah.
So, Mike, Uba or secondary school, meaning how you call it in the US. But Uba onye university. Meaning, you know how your school system work. But I know we have primary and we have secondary, meaning how you call it. From primary to secondary, no. All the way through. So parent one more background my school police bet you wunim za.
Oh yeah.
Wunim za.
I know them yourself.
It is obi a Rastafarian. No say me a Rastafarian ti me ba also a Rastafarian. Okay? SS school no kase any of our banner there be school no shouldn't give that option on the table. Said no, it doesn't come in. School no mom should tell the parents to say Abofana must come to school. But the dressing the rest of it and whatever no. Ye code ni Abofana must conform. The parents say won't conform one. Okay? The option of Ubanico school for doesn't come in. Parents needs to go to court to ask the court say mofani ncho mutini into mu and I say mutini in ho. Just like Abofra was saying mo jesi no. Okay? The court can say mucho mutini into mu a don't mama no papa because doesn't matter. Mike, what am I say? Because the option of CM Makodanko school is so dangerous for our country.
Yeah, of course.
It is extremely dangerous because Nipa Wanko school no. When you're bedding to Nipa Panko, when you're bedding to all of us. What is that? Education and Nipa Kono. Woman co education for Mamma Panko benefit. Woman co school, my yen benefit. That is why your taxes need to school. So, state in for so many work to pay taxes, Kojimusia Kang, Nadia did in Krakow school. Yeah. Because state in school so fast work for itself and for everyone. And your mama no papa ne wishes near the Abofrako school, Debbie. 80, I think, say, Achimota, if they believe, say, your more can right, or more laws, or more regulation, no, is supreme, whatever, they shouldn't tell the parents if Abako Debbie. You know, because Abofana had been sent to Achimota school by the education authorities. Achimota school was responsibility to give Abofana education. But there be a difference in the way how Abofana be dressed in our school. It's 3 minutes to one, it's 3 minutes and thing. Achimota, a believer say it's 3 minutes acceptable. They have to go to a court and get a court to say, look, Papa ne mami yedim say na mo kan yes yet mo say. Nebum the court no be kan ye be adwuma because eba say ya court na wo final decision. Court ka say ye ntwa mo friend into mu because abofo what 13 years no. Whether he obeje blood, onye blood, whether say be anything when you when you're 18 and was authority over himself.
Yeah.
When you're 18, this time we're talking about 12-year-olds. We're talking about 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
You know, for me, it's a disaster when I'm afraid your mom just go to Nafia. They can't go school more. Ever since I set a precedence where we can say, yeah, Christian school, we a Buddhist okay? We can say, yeah, we cannot allow, schools to be throwing children out without caring wherever they go. Maybe I'm to be honest with you. See, yeah, Korea. No parent now go to school, man. School near you, but they don't want to school from Ubano. No parent, no responsibility to say within 5 days. Produce our family to the next school year. Within 5 days, so. To say you bed dinner, you have 5 working days. Another school should be made available to Ubano. Because state in himself, it cannot afford to let a child fail. So, Ghana is starting sadly we need who said that is how we need to approach our problems. Now, for education is one of the most important. So you health, about health, the next important thing about education. We cannot joke with it. We cannot let. Me can say you go school no. You were so you were the cop. Madam for back when you feel the cookie. Oh no, I fail. Oh, cookie they were born. Now we are contono. Me can say me bush for me no miensa. In any cookie contono class. Me sister contono, me brother contono, me contono. A china cookie at school. We thought to say it's a joke. The school thought to say cookie are born. It turned out later on you cookie be a hardened criminal. Can you not button for?
Wow.
Do you think it's a good act? Yes. He became a quite a woman, I don't know. But he became a hardened criminal. Yen man go school go Nipo go school will be only no.
Wow.
So is this a good outcome? Wabra, see any corner. Yes, so I'm born, you have a man one-on-one teaching, you have a man extra. Say. We need to encourage him to come to school. Instead of when you call any my bank on now, you banadi, and one way. Send him and see come Nipa you Ghana schools, ye dear. One and been private. I said, Papa, people who can say, Lucas could be you a detail man could be a man. No,
lawyer, near okay, Nama Madia was his minimum Sandra, who video be an enum. Social media, watch 2 guys be near papa, Bako 17 about 18. Omo Bokum Akola what 12 years. Our Kasua baby, so I'm the Kojisika drew. And now, almost so I'm say police for no one time. I got man for an Ankasa and it's uncle for me, you know, so
almost 17 years in what?
Omo Puma Praketano 17, 18.
If we had kept them, if we had kept those 2 men, and I said those 2 boys in school all the way to 16, they educated them, they would never have done what they did.
No proper education.
Never. Education there, and maybe any parents negotiate sending on my bank money. No.
Yeah.
We are bring Momoba Mau. Me kasa one of me family papa penny for bako. Never. Suku he obako nko nyina sem. Ti so man option say for about school and work no. We can be talk to me Friday aware.
Onu anta onye na adi so support adi.
Yes, we shouldn't ena the basu so anko school a. Na the bane be bed na me sure say am robber for the rob omo nyesa.
Onu anta sa na adi eda no so no. Nya education wa sam gran.
Yeah. And so turn it up to say if I was an arm robber. Me sure say maka rob mama.
There be.
Mza.
Asa adi na nkasa wuni. Woni wo ma so oni.
Somebody else. Yes. If the state fail me and I'm made up and brave, coffee and a brandy game and I'm done a comfort, I became a danger to everyone. Yeah. That is why you did tax. Say, look, tax here before so I gave you some. Here they said tax and educate everyone. We need to make sure that thing works. Now you the option of my parents requiring our pound for our ma. Opa for the come be our pay and our permanent traffic and our power school money. No, we shouldn't give them that sympathy. Yeah. Sorry, a friend is saying satisfaction. No, we shouldn't. Instead, Ubana has been allocated to this school. You must make provision so I won't call. See, a henna saw obstacle now, man, and quiet. You parent missing chain. Me, if I fail to let me say Beko school, Beko school, Beko school the next day, school never frame me with some say the coso. Oh, school no come and pay. School no will go to the court. Make one in school no be so city council no. Will go to court. But Jim of friend from himself, they come parent to waiting to my school. Williams are.
No.
Why can't we do the same? Why can't we just try and get to that level? Yemma will be quiet because Papa is a man and school. And you want the Belusu. Many want the Belusu. And then more from what I hear, they are so intelligent. And before you're intelligent, sir, do we just ever train man so near manager school? It didn't even have him. All we need to do, go to the court, ask the court, say, look, you ain't friend to move, and I say, man, go. Court can say, no, mamma friend to you, so be it. They come to school with their hair. What I say? Court can say, there be more friend to you, ain't trying at this level. And I say, court now can say, no more friend negotiating. Look, we are Rasta for the end of credit, but multi-memo, a perceived between you, say, the end of a crime, and if I idea, Bomo. The court can sit down and talk to them. Let them understand, say, this is where we can meet each other halfway. The same famamo. So that you can have your education, then we can also have you as prominent members of society one day. But to give them a blanket ban, saying, well, the woman Canadian Fahone, saying, ever set a bad precedent. Do you think say we should allow Roman school to just be admitting Roman Catholic in Fonkwa? Do you think we should do that?
Oh no way.
Do you think that we should allow Methodist schools and Methodist Fonkwa and Emrao? No. And likewise, we shouldn't allow Islamic schools say Muslim Fonkwa and Emrao. No. We should say everyone should come in. People are worried about culture. That's fine. But culture and all culture, no, that's not necessarily mean say MMA culture. Ghana, we don't have one culture, it will be there by default. No. A multi-ethnic, multicultural, whatever. The culture can mean I have developed a new way of life. That becomes my culture. Even though majority are not like that. Maybe also, as long as na me upset will be me say me honto so na me dress it decently na me be satisfy the requirement of the law, which is there was a me decent person, me dress it moderately, me abuse the part me say as long as I may yes requirement, I can also develop my own culture within. The culture of dismissing every culture in Ghana can also be a culture. So I am a bit uneasy when it comes to my parents in form of Bangkok. We shouldn't do that. We should use doctors in the Jehovah's Witness in the case, as a case study here, where doctors, didn't give parents in the Mufam Bangkok fee they be. Doctors says, look, we have a responsibility to give our friend a life. And that life, if it means only a court, the court can ever and pass on court and court and see if I'm in ground so. The man papa and became their court in Montonchini. Simple as that. Britain ha about Frebby no faith almost some na if anything or yare ye money treatment to a baby hospital be a baby cry hospital just 2 miles away from me. And now I'm so almost some more funny parents, the treatment any moment no money omuko we have funny for the hospital in right? Policy tigum kochiri parents, Eji mofani free parents ne sem Emma court award mofani to friend say court no declare mofani some award of the court. And a court no that say come with the treatment. What do I say? Ghana ke beka so kofa ba fa no ana. We should do something different. I think that Joe Wise also probably he want to have a word, but we need to tread carefully here. We shouldn't do what we think we should do. Go school. Some of us were dismissed from one school and you have to find another school. It was a bad experience. You lose all your friends, you lose this. But Ghana need to think. First, say bon crowd school. Once in a because you're going to say nyade papa. It's the idea way we need to look at it again, Mike.
All right. Lawyer, papa. Lawyer,
thank you.
Ajimai from Pong. Eddie Ninsemi from UK. And you may Odebai. Other for Safena Saudo Fidia Toya. Amenado Casafidia so any fire for fire. We are back on airways. Light from Denver, Colorado. Mame kwana mene Joe Osewusu and Suning and Komo. Joe White.
Yo, Uncle Mike, Michelle.
Joe ya Joe so na bibi aboko.
Nyamiadu mehoye pa na also emete unkanase.
Oh, minia. Yes, oh, wow ni.
Ne amati mini bibia.
Mefro kra ni abonkomo.
Everything mini bibia.
Na
lawyer Michelle.
Woni mo bi nso a what's after the wa recommended na ama.
Okay.
Enema ye bu afam so.
Yɛbɛba abɛsɛ mu na yɛnyina yɛaboa nkakra.
Mate.
Mekyia Mr. Pia nso. Ɔsɛ ofi wasama efi ɔho. Ka kyerɛ sɛ matena Wasɛ Kropɔn da. I live in Wasɛ Kropɔn for almost 4 years.
Oh, okay.
Minimum power. Yeah, wasama efi Bogoso, Ratrim, Afansie, Wasɛ Kropɔn, ɛhɔ nyina na mini. It's nice. One of my territories. Okay. Me see phone to na after for our line. Yeah, me we say lawyer me chia meka rasta favor and then want some crazy. Uncle Mike want say me work in Kentucky. Me colleagues are minimum wage mo omoma school. Omo homeschooling. Na yere age one man yere tifi and o training kwala 5 kwala mark 5
remember so kwa
yes
hey oya Ghana ni
that onye Ghana ni oya broni
fita
mark 5 and so ne mani nyina maame no and a year homeschooling wa o so person ba be go school no makosia whatever bibia wo yeah e was the state of Kentucky no Ubabi senior homeschooling and Ubab homeschooling and one so better course work or better exams no so sa will feel. Other states no. Ubabi homeschooling exams to do our call center you know cultural exams. What I'm trying to say is that are buying a responsibility say obey make education at least basic education. Then in Ghana and US defining a basic education to include high school. Over here Ghana under personal basic education JSS3 but Amenado was defining basic education to include high school. They are buying said here say obe making sure so be provide access and an equitable distribution of educational facilities across Ghana. Obe teachers forecast obe making sure say all idea we here so obe tindi esua idea ma wa could do something so now be high school diploma abaya said here. So your choice to go to a particular school or be there, a general individual no or no papa so. And nunti enya buy any distribute to students no. So control busy we are nya buy a teacher students in the good school be also. Rather no a individual and I will choose whether person called Wesley Girls and a person called Infantipima and a person called Adesado. Based on the results I will be anyone can who interest. And in schools be home to make us saying ye beje a man kwa ye beje me man kwa thank any discriminatory anka will be able to make us say oh your man can be to make us say baby with a semi call a centrosis and so ultimate cause centrosis. Why? Because about the management of school no I'm a school authorities and the GES no management of schools no any a central government and take decision most schools in terms of the day-to-day administration and the policy of governing schools no, at the basic at the unit level no school management in every school no and they take that decision no and then you buy intimate make say oh in fact the parents will decide to say obey no next school there be the management when they deciding and that is how things have been in Ghana. It is a cultural exam, not the Ucha. Now call at Chimota school. Not at Chimota cultural, you have been admitted. It means that the access now has been given to you. But rather than Chimota cultural, the year there, you say you can't come on campus into the Father campus for you see. And then you insist to say, Debbie, you need here. you have not been denied an access. Government is not preventing you from not having education. No. Rather, no, you as an individual and we are recalcitrant because you don't want to follow the laid down procedure now at government school. And that is why I can guarantee you other party they should go to the highest court. You can but this the court I call better to say a school authority, no, a decision. And I can guarantee we are human rights assembly because to keep your hair in a particular style is not about human rights, no. And any religious discrimination and that because if the Supreme Court
why ask you some make your submission. Mami, just a quick question so that I can see okay. I can get my hair clear. Now, your friend now homeschooling. Can your friend decide to say, oh man, your homeschooling and they will not even bother with education altogether? Would the government allow?
No, my friend cannot decide that.
No, I mean, if he makes that decision, would the government agree?
If I just say,
if your friend decides to my man could any education, that
is why I'm saying no, they are buying a defined collegia and right to be educated at least up to basic, up to high school diploma. In the only parents, you don't have a choice. But a choir or to be educated by a parent, a decision. Whether or a private school or USI, because USI or private school are, and now government school, and now say obey homeschooling. What
will happen? What should the government do?
That is why I say, for instance, and before me answer me, but parents will be say your public, your private secondary school for Ghana. I'm just coming there. Your private government schools, your private schools will have the parents in the percent of Banako, no people in fear. Obey me for some of these schools I hope restriction be anyhow. Okay, one, but if their parents in Nisika, if the parents in Nisika uncle, I was say they are of course school, and a parents, if you remember, say a parents in the insist to say, Omoma Akolan in unity. That is according to the story and that leadership.
That's exactly what you were saying, yeah.
A parent insist to say,
blood in the hospital.
If the government can intervene and say no, we will let you cut your hair and go to the school now.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. That is government should do that rather than in the middle.
Okay, that's fine. Then maybe I didn't get you right because some people are still teaching the idea.
Look, homeschooling no, open so buy homeschooling na. A compulsory, city authority no may inspect the other man compulsory.
Yes. Yes, they don't give you the more exams now on the amount.
Yeah. Amount the chance that never. So I think that the government should not sit aloof. Now, the government should intervene, but Achimote school must take that step. Say, look, Ubano, education. We will take you to the court. So, the court will grant, say, my friends, definitely, I have no doubt. But the idea say, my parents need to say,
oh, okay, I get you now. I get you.
That's what I'm saying. Say, Achimote should take them to court because remember. Say school dresses say schools won't dress in America man dresses are. The school will take me to court and walk me off. And school will have it way. The court will say the school must have it way. But the idea say yeah mama friend dear. Person the two table so it's dangerous.
Unless you said the parents are giving us a compelling evidence that said they are going to homeschool their Palano, send a visit on Nabo Joseph, so school fee and a lawyer. And you are man for the
what's the education authorities no? Should go to the parents' home every so often to inspect.
Yes.
Maybe maybe so my home school. Education authority they pay will visit once a week. Apart from physical visit, apart from that no. the time of friend in school, Obana should not be seen out. At the same time, Obana so everything I watch them, Obana be prescribable. Indeed, you're not attached to school. The school supply will never now be better. So, and they will mark the work. They will make sure say Abofran is getting to the level they will here. So at some point, level no follow pet, they will intervene. Others say every teacher will feel.
Yeah.
You know,
so for me, yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, so for me, government and the stakeholders, the parents, the government. In fact, according to the headmistress, they were trying to negotiate with Akwalano and see said they can even find a solution. Then the father rather threatened the school, say, or don't because social media, no Akwa could disgrace them, blah 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 blah, and they infuriated the school authorities. Don't catch them, go ahead. Okay, so for me, I think say they should find a solution and get Akwalano the needed education in here, because Akwalano means so no it's not the best thing to do now. In terms of this land policy, Abbey, I say a woman rights activist, and an engineer this new bill Nanado assigned. Now, I say proud to the advent of PNDC law 111. Say ono yere eteho na ebia kwa na abusianfo aba. No matter if a Japanese and it in the 70s, in the 60s, in the 40s. Probably the more you go, the worse it was. And as a PLDC law by and a bit boy, no matter crap, CCRD, say only who interstate, and I would not say 1 year and ready and to 1 year well and to her. Now, yet the PNDC law no edgina so actually Japadian. Na maame no nso enya bi tetemre mu ho before that na legal basis bi eni ho ye betimi de ade ni bi ama maame no bu nso tem bia na ebusiafo abeje sa ade na maame no mu waka dwem now PNDC law ne bae no aboa masa ne ma na sote enti ho ye but gradually no sote ama sisi awarefo bi brɛ kunu wugya omo anase omo yire no wugya omo metime nya japade ama metime de hwɛ omo mba and solve it, but we've made progress. Now a problem asan ba ne say aware ni wo mu na ye tete ho na mu no japade time ba na nam say japade na ba no na papa no aton japade no anase maame no so aton japade. In fact evidence crash they say bi kra ho ha mu sa aware ni ba bi gu no na wakoton japade no which is papa no at the blank side of maame no and I say maame no at the blank side of papa no. Okay, in fact this new law cry but na komo di bibi cry by a cohabitation as under the cohabitation no the only nipa cry more than 6 months cry na nko you entitled to a japade cry kamo benya and they did ba whole lot, and so they have to separate the property rights of land from the other bills now, and they are still working on. And to be honest with you, there was a lot of consensus, just that because of the lessons of Bakuniti this time around, it was more or less on the stakeholders level. What this law seeks to do is a CCR, a man with a right say whether or ban or beman, or you don't intimate without your knowledge, so that the Okoton assassin crampo without your knowledge it makes that contract null and void. Into say papa no crampo ewu anaso ojawo krana se kobase utimi demonstrate assassin or to assassin temane wo aware ni mu a. It gives you a more legal position to have a right over that property now a year in contention, because by this law, that contract of selling that land becomes mute. And for me, it's a great achievement. I was celebrating. We can talk about the enforcement, but now, first, with the enforcement, you now have a legal basis to say that there be assassin of a paneton, na worry, na minimum share, and documents never by now signature be anything. the first one you know judge the end means circumvent the system no because a clear cut by law. And for me, even if it save one person or two persons, we should celebrate it. Instead of us to say that M1 as enforcement. No. For me, I think that it is better to say it is half full than to say it's half empty. And so I really support the bill. Now, the other side of it here, ahemfo. Omoton sase, and sase minu, niensa, and nine. Wouldn't say, and like lawyer was saying, wouldn't say, you could not a team Ghana.
Yeah.
First, like a busia.
Yeah.
Na assassin, nay a busia fast. And yet individual being who are no assassin. A busia.
A busia.
And a busia pool, a Japan, yet a cambumwa, yet a cambumwa, not be a corner or an from saying, whatever, a Diana, whatever. And then it became more or less like a state. In this case, Obeka Santifo, Achim for whatever. Now, a numono, ye war him or that one, Sansa Sinibi. And a year in Sasika war, a whole meaning and say a quack from you, we need war now. Assassin, ye Jimma or Hineno. Okay, if it was a war, Achim for Santifo, a war individual, a Busian Sassano. Ye war. This at the clan level no. You was here and him for Lydia. It is to say Utum for Soko Kumasia. You was here a year individual there as a meme of Masasu Kumasi Utum for Timin Cotton, Sasa because only Utum for no.
Yeah.
Or better Crana or be Trevia Mammy and answer the mammy compensation. Mimi Krumu Ubo. You was as I say, or say a baby do. Baby, a dominant in develop here or him anything back. No, I've been negotiating with us. Or say, okay, my son can create do room. Now, since the ammonia emergency will be developing to me, could tell you a tramamo. No, my tongue, we never are the man developing. Okay, it's with our consent. But near I they don't need our consent to sell that land.
Okay.
And then no, and a year not Timbiano on him for and I'm say greedy any greediness in service everyone is in a land title issues or guarantee.
Yeah.
Ultimate man nipa back no atom nipa mienu no atom nipa mienu especially when you go to Accra. I hold no your whole litigation one land no so. Ama abeya how and sisi abande mrabate sisi ano ohini bia ni kwan so betimi aton asase mienu. Na so to asase ema nipa mienu ana niensa ehun prescribe punishment in it to the extent that the court can now ascribe a certain punishment on you. Okay, I mean, and I don't know if lawyer can help us here. Say on your cotton land ema nipa mienu. As far as I'm concerned, they wait me I thought in the court no a court are trying on fraud. So we defraud you be. But since you are there explicitly no, you codify a best tackle an issue no, ama appropriate punishment and so for me I think say it's a good measure na abai no taking no. As to whether we will be able to enforce it is another issue. But the first say what the law look right now no is something we must celebrate. Then we now agitate for how do we enforce it to the extent that say or him be to say gaman check or to as many people and you bet me and speak true to the power and authority and back what koto as many people into do kotum and I say yen fanin kotum krana udi ni pani sika be mano ana ube kwa kuton asase ube kwa kut chawa asase bi baby ewo empebe na ya na mra kra na nye necessary say ye de penalty action be to one na be ye be chi obi dia kotum titiri mpa anti na sa mra we bi ye eba ba se ne be ya pepepe ye ebe ba society no na wo a ye to asase mienu ma wo a mokoto asase ba ko ipe mienu koto ye no whoever no will be compensated and then whoever now or no bit many assassin at least on also na mfa oyi ne mba no no se akotwa bi obabi ama enti for me no it's a good step and say betime atwa to say ya na say government MPP needs to adhere for this 4 years and let's say you're digitalizing a land right and property rights in Ghana. Now say under a click on your phone, you will be able to know whether this land belongs to Kojumen or Adwamanfa. And then you will be able to know whether this land also Yatwan will be an Toma will be. And so for me, it's a buy it me yet that the land title registration now embark on under the digitization of land ownership now. It will go a long way to support this policy, this lawyer bill here passing, so that a bit careful this land guard issue and issue and land issue over to us as well crime over no vigilance and you need to fight your way out to protect your property because one will be the GF yourself. Bill here passing. So that a bit careful this land guard issue and issue and land issue over to us as well crime over no vigilance. And you need to fight your way out to protect your property because one will be the GF yourself. So that a bit careful this land guard issue and issue and land issue over to us crime over no vigilance. And you need to fight your way out to protect your property because one will be the GF yourself. So that a bit careful this land guard issue and land issue over to us
one fine chain.
Okay.
Joe. Right, I'm a cause of problem.
Okay. Intimate me at
So
okay. So for me, a good thing that policy now by a person on Shimokina, not like lawyer is saying, you know, the vulnerable in society. And then remember Ajimakradu Nikulu Jeji Wuyi. Ebusieni bi betimi aposo okofa na sa ne dan na otimu. Ana jeje bank account ebusieni bi betimi esi wo say okwa akohe jeje bank account no akoche japade em. Ma me no kra ye ayele yi. Abusianfo no kra NCAC no kra because our power, our authority and our educated. Okay, including me for and so that is how it is for so many women are more gun or more power and are more sika. But in Pembe Breno, Mamma for Omunisika, our Mutin Crass City Crew. If you crowd had no any crew, no Mako Doku Kufu, or Mako Dog Banchifu, be by the Fubi, whatever. And Omonaya, this animal we say Taidium. Into what are buying any women right, any parliament house, a party such a bill. They need to provide support to some of these women now more vulnerable in society, so that in some accident we say 2 or more, they can have a reference point or someone to call on or to fall on. And don't know what say maybe lawyer be or say what say yeshimukina rather yeshimukina bebree Emma yetiti say women's committee, women's wing at every section of the society, no, in sorry educator momoti ase, so that the bibi eto obi say ya obetimi akọ ne sofo ho na ne sofo na timi edi nanim ama wanya access to resources a ebeboa mo etimi defend the right.
All right.
And I think it's something that we have to hail the government on. And there was another one. There was another one. I know me and Sebi and I'm present. I'm commenting on a short one. Yeah, okay. Well, maybe see them for now. Thank you so much for the opportunity out there, ma'am.
All right. Joy, that's now. Man, Kwanza and Komono. So say a sign Eddie way so home come. Now what Chimu and same because of Parliament. Yeah. And I'm so near the cause of it, but what we know is Okojeta Blocker she will resign from the the appointment committee, also as a those appointees or more appointment committee. Na asi edun ketia ekoka assembly nso a ama nana akomia ade entremu abeto abonten ya sa wo hwa that is what is in the head of NDC and ya san so akote se ya appoint asi edun ketia to the parliament as a is that parliament advisor, parliamentarian advisor committee,
parliamentary board,
the parliamentary board, whatever. I'm for I shall say, be more just say, which year and somewhere free any amount for her, because I see don't get here as a person, as a human being. As an evil spirit in the mind of this man. Any evil doers, akwawe nyama bonia. What susu na what to me can say what to me to me ama sa Niema boni bia ye adwuma pen against human life. Na wasanya upon wafa kwan bia so awurawuramu person still. Omra parliament na onsa onye obi ya to abama no. But yes, speaker has power. So bet me appoint you be say omeya sa adwuma. Na Ghana fo bebre di ho ya. Ebilum trasa batu so nsunsanso yentie asema asie don katia ekokae no yentie asem no senis
okay nana yeso no akofa asem na ba nti omso mbebo yeso na akofa asem ba omso 2 minutes yeso na de ba okay ya mona minti
Winning say ye be call abatwe Omo ayi ye promises bebre ye be we enti ye to abawie ni atesa no free wa ye de ni pafu fro ba obeka so mi de afa na mamba mo ma me kwai na me study system no odi abeti na tie adwuma e fo a wa promise wo mo say ye beti wo mo aka tie o na tin na no wo ko ni hostage ya akoka me de afa na mamba eti nyina so a wojina so kan enu mini eti mo ma me hwehwem kakra obenya sympathy wo mo a 24 a yeto wo mo akatia mo a yeto abawi ye san e withdraw yi se wo mo ti ho new finance minister ba obeka se o first one na ye me de minim ho he na we de wa na o ye nti etru ho na ka se crack then na o ye eti we de ye mpene ye se ya na edema aban no oti akonya no so no enu nti yenye for so kura me yi no free ho e ma okọ point ni pa foforo ba ya na nka ye bo MPP fo ni nim se the party ko no ebufu ye e wo first approval no bi ho no na justifiable ya we ye ni anchechiri mu ama o mu antete ye ni mbanimfo no ne atanse aye no se ye ebi na confirm and then should be empty for Makoyese.
Eti metiwasia we ye empadifo atena sese California tai wo monoma won say ade so that 2024 no obi abehu se wa gwiriga no ni apam wo kona mo aba
yeah it is so say no na de o ba ese o ye mi ya mo ade o de ba no do de di ma o na no me go aye bra ma papa
well I mean yana sai
so my friend start say Joe so we are na my lawyer so adwin Joe
Yeah, Uncle Mike.
I say don't katia. Enti me pacho. Minim say ya beto aba no. O mampanyi to police for akatu. Ya kasa o mo san ye. Akatu na mo tum na mo san redraw.
Debbie.
Ana na papa we di trosa. So what is work? Ana na papa we di trosa.
Na ori fi say don't get ya no court e ma court bu asem editia no na court nanim ho a enye say you court nanim ho a no san ba o ye din konim court say witimi the old voter register no old voter ID card
witimi the twaba me was not court dem obi
court nanim ho a
ami tell no ti dem obi enye sana omo kan no so begina bonten abaya press conference meboa
conference and no clarity to this time around the Supreme Court read the entire verdict yes sure because Supreme Court
because omo fuo pe ombara be kan de foforo
and can this best story so omo case na fe na abeye obi could change the result no be and change the result no so abeye another argument they knew very well you know mo share that read at the for almost one
and then secondly otrasa ni enti omo ejina aso approve Kenoforiata as a finance minister say adia no or say no dada enti no omo mo no a omo nyeso omo koye na omo akoponti obi no obekasa medem ye fofura fe no maba omo mo no a meto aso nse no mo na ama opportunity for 2024 which papa we dey
saying one, we have to understand say politics and I to Guama, you na don't get and Pembe Bruno, or try to do the politics aspect of it. And there's nothing wrong with it because a political party day when this was the say Obeba in political parties when this was the Obeba not your position since the other. Akwanya bia obinyano e wo so timi eyusu sa akwanya no etimi ma ne base no a omobuafu no etimi kasa kire omoma omutirimi ye omode na ne ekoso nyina ne se wo spend the whole 1 month 2 months to chastise and create OFOSUHENE can oforiata say oye evil ono na service waba begu Ghana bank nyina ma Ghana sikase nyina wato na se na or you're one of the said mafias or you Bonini and soon Bonini because the young Huda according to NDC no na afi no entino mukra mujitu say mom person nanado or you're one of nanado ministers mom person oba a appointment committee wa mube selling and you have the numbers to do that at least na afi de akobase nipa no otimi aba vetting committee na se ama wa be distinguishing itself ama afi mu ankasa no ma pass na e wo so otimi ka bibia NDC core base na sisi omubuafu almost ma let you down e wo so otimi ka bibia e be diffuse the oya only pain no na ma omakoso to enya gidie wo umu
na ntito se ba ne so beka bibia kire ubeza ese so wutimi twa a whole tro edema ubeza
because these are people who believe in propaganda. These are people because NDC base now more or less fanatics and until itimi ka kire them say abani ye wini and say be court no evidence wo here yamfa kan ho. And then collated results now more here Oman farmer. And so still no we are not have the culture say court no and a chinchim NDC in sack. Now you imagine men and adaka Mutina NDC went me winning the case and the NDC base believe it. Okay, because more or less and say Obi wo say Obi liver wo nyame mo na wo so bi mo. Really you don't ask critical questions like lawyer will always say. For me, I wouldn't blame a friend saying because he's clearly carrying a message to NDC base, and the NDC base understand that message. At least Ebeboa diffuse the tension within the NDC. Now, they are objective Ghanaians, and those objective Ghanaians, and normally read it through the lenses and analyze what you are saying, and then use that to assess your integrity and whether they have to believe in you or not. Those objective Ghanaians, almost entirely 90% of them say what if you don't get now, as to whether that will help their cause, for me, as I said here, I will say no, because a man after GDN Sankophone, don't forget the Ghana and I want where they are 45%, 46% for NDC MPP, but you need that 5% plus to win an election. And so when the thing is green, that's all. But now at the end, upon check now, but now they can say in entry, now omomutia. They read through the lenses and they use that to vote against you because onye no credini. And then if you don't get demonstrate over the course of the political career, say about idea friend no cre truth integrity there. Onena etum kwanta omapai no credini nothing. No matter how you subject him to the test of truth and integrity, a saving Ketia will fail. And then none of their training NDC phoning in a titru of communicators. Enti Kwakubuan Beba Betna radio so. Uponwa is some more can a intro no di. And so what was famous and no can Beba. Or no one in Central Nodi and so no can a some agency Beba and true Nodi and so no can. Even when they are in government, they will even come and lie when they know that the very thing they are saying is untruth. But the objective Ghanaians are there and they will use that to assess you. Now, what is going on in this NSA? You have John Mahama. For some reason, he didn't even deserve to be a president, and Wababe a president. And I was failed 2 times. And Mahama still want to continue. You have JJ Awewu. So for some reason, a man who believes say, I don't know yet, like no holding the party together with the cadres and all those factions and they were in this, whether it is the Infante factions or the Votarian faction or the Northern Caucus. And I said the new emerging group within the NDC. And not JJ and they hold them together. Unfortunately, JJ and some believe that Obi to say Aban Babon and Uncle Bitimia take his a portfolio for now. Now, Aban Babon John Mahama based on also our head on collusion. Fancy Cocos also Esheho. Almost a person wrestle power at the head of voice and to some extent a feeding Ketia. And to some extent a feeding Ketia. But now no. And the Northern Caucus are Bagwen, Haruna Idrusu, Fuseni, and all those kind of people are. Since the announcement of Mahama Kra has let them, while let them down. And so we now need a new leader to lead the party.
Right.
And of course, you have the babies with sharp teeth, almost they are in favor of Mahama, no matter what you do. And now they are all fighting. This year, what is happening is our Parliament House, they want to get hold of the party because they know more or less about the mouthpiece of the party going forward into 2024. Mahama sees NDC for now M1, and in fact Haruna Muntaka Abang Barwin they will not fight for Mahama. And Mahama wants to infiltrate that leadership, undermine their authority, and then now party based, are started to hit them hard. Oh, and Amenado ministers crying and they say, "Come on, pass on, come here, conform, crisis, yama pass on." And that's what a NDC communication director SRC in the name of some agency starting to kick the base of the party against the NDC legislative arm now more parliament now, so that and then there will be an internal agitation to kick them out. Now to even make it worse, Mahama Etimienya, the like of Okude Tabrakwanum, to even resign and there's even rumor that more people will resign, so that it will even further undermine Haruna Idrisu authority and Muntaka. Then the next thing will be okay, so that Mahama can now appoint or non-Crawford. I will believe say they will fight for his cause within the NDC party in Parliament. Now you have Bagwen, who is so smart, knowing very well that Esiedun Ketia is also a big fish in the NDC, you know. Wako pulling no the naba e dia na beta no ho e wo Parliament House ho. Inti temo Abrakwa resigning yepe. Muntaka now comes and says and Haruna comes and says we are in charge. Esiedun Ketia now comes and back them. So now after I is steady. So for me, what is going to happen is into Kwabekoso. But I don't think that it is good for the NDC to change the leadership, because so much change leadership now is even going to hurt them more. It is better for them to maintain the leadership. It is better for Mahama to understand say ware now deal with me the mandate from Ghanaians again into Uncle Baby and look for a new person who can unify the party and lead the party going into 2024. But of course, as Mahama, as we all know, with greediness and wonimuno, and and that is why for me, honorable appear first caller no can many again say going into 2024 election, MPP is poised to break the 8 year chain. But say ye nyoma kakra bi ne magana fo ehu se abato no motomae no after FSHS no infrastructure development kwan Kumasi Accra road ya ye dunso ya sisi ekoso Ghana ne ya fixe service mebu a enye adwumanye ya provide opportunities among happy omutimi nye adwumaye, and they have a decent wage, a decent salary. After digitalization of the economy now near PCA, property right has been secured. The hardship in the economy reduced, and of course, poverty. Kakra ama fi Ghana ni timi nsako na no modidi emotimi nye sika kakra de to no ho. Any rental issues in Ghana. Oko high dying level more 3 years in advance, 2 years in advance, they are shooting into a case manifesto, what we call a rental assistance program. Bibeba, I might be provided some incentive to conform high dying. Na over Oko Nunya daily via what Yanaka Krama by. Yet me provided some of these measures. And certainty and top on we want to see evidence. Say and part change, I can a cost. Course, a long essay, 10 Casasa and found Idia Mad Baby. Yet I see him who say I'm part a course. Yet me as animal wake a crazy whoever will lead the NPP, whether it is Baumia or Alan Castle or Jugati or whoever, if we are able to get our acts and pieces right, we would win this election. And then finally, we help our base. First, once a bag and call Parliament House. Yes, we are employing NIPA 5. In fact, 5 no cry omo ayi ni mo. Omo say administrative works no cry dey bebre. Omo NDC phone. One say offer board members. One to offer Esiedun Ketia. One offer MPP new. Dabi. Yes, ne secretary. Yes, NDC for core NDC for about 5 of them, and we offer mo dey Omabeshe Parliament House. And so MPP ni na ke dey na court na ho. And I call all your appointments now. And Kabi who not yet to top up so sanko this before we are daily. Okay? It is a your base now more helping me we need power no. Say ya more and your power and authority and your position or binding. Now ye this before we are sanko dia grow. Now your base no ebufu no mkoteda apati bomb and someone. No matter what we will do, they will be so mad and angry. Say about on credit for more cotton. None yet 2020 year, a dear when you Abama and the Babin Abbey Parliament. If one can maybe ask to him. And that is what I will please beg with my NPP folks say this time around again, Muma share the party base. Na yɛ mmoa wɔn obi bia ɔboa yɛn media for aburukyiri media for ɔboa yɛn Ghana for food soldiers. Let's begin to help them. Any opportunity there where available, let's begin to look into them first, and then of course yɛn mmoa na Ghana nso nneɛma a promises yɛ bɛyɛ yɛnyɛ na ahokyere na ɛwɔ Ghana na ɛso nten me da ase.
Ayɛ da ase Joe Sewusu from Kentucky. Joe Wise no Joe yɛ da ase. Mami nko lawyer so na me nko ji lawyer so adwencho sa asem prayer. Lawyer.
Yes.
Lawyer ne akoso NDC. Any asi edun ketia comment. Once adwencho le say.
Right. But I've always said that in Ghana, if you are in government, you need to try and control the opposition party. You know, I've said it here before, and you need to try and do that. You need to try and take advantage of a name because no one step in. Indirectly, the operation department in the base argument, you know, and make it worse for them. Because a interest to make sure your Mahama is not there. As in, his name will not be on the ballot paper. The fact that somebody is able to promise with all the problems they face in Ghana, any bibia Ghana come through. Two most important things, three things about obey, which on ferry crowd. One, Galamsey, two, Okada, and a three will be free education. Okay? Now what to me any 6.2 million vote out of that. For me it's quite scary. You know. The grip on the NDC, you know, now it's clear say it's being challenged, and we need to take advantage of that. Mummy underestimating, there was he overestimating, so that we can look at him and tackle him. You know, because of so many things. Now, it's just a laugh. But the majority of the NDC base, say within the NDC itself, also I've always said within the NDC there were three groups in the room. So me who say one group edged or anything. Say group near NDC, you know, divided into three. One is the voter region, across in France, the voter Uti region. Two is the west coast, central region all the way to the western region. And at three, the rest. The rest in the Ashanti, Brong, Echo all the way to the north. So, a Syrian Katia and a Mahama, it control the Ashanti, Brong all the way to the north side of the NDC. The Udu North Hona, some challenges, they face some challenges. But may fail and change. So, who say the voter region side of the NDC don't agree with him. So, the voter side of the NDC, you know, want to maintain the leadership of parliament, you know. And the Syrian Katia no leadership of parliament, you know, Ibesesano. Right? Because the backlash of Yakako approval, Kenoforiata, and we're trying to, you know, find a way to tell people this, we have to find a way to lie, and therefore Ibesesano a leadership of parliament, you know. But who said there's a serious backlash from the northern part of the north. And the voter region said, no, you cannot do this. The Ashanti, Brong, and the rest, they agree with the Syrian Katia for whatever reason. That's fine. So, and no, and the ma, who said, we a pursue decent, a friend say, a black one. Even though I did extremely hypocritical, but to pursue decent. Now, when they will take you on the Syrian Katia in any group. So, also resigning the voter phone back in the power.
Oh, yeah.
Opeso catch seeding ketia sasema wo can you are lying with I don't agree with you. Adio and the party no. Because seeding ketia say the leadership of the NDC in taking that decision.
Meanwhile,
indeed, it is false. It is false. But even if it is, say leadership to take a decision, you won't say the voter side of the NDC and the northern part of the north disagree. One who said whereby I said on precise decision, so and therefore he did not even turn up. I don't know.
Yeah.
So across the voter region, the NDC in the voter region, we share comments on social media and then whatnot. And then the bankers NPC any interviews are more granted through pro NDC radios now. They disagree with what happened. So, but the NDC, Bronga Hafo, NDC Ashanti, all the way to NDC Savannah region areas now. Your Muhammad said they are quiet on that end. This is the time. Let's assume Ketia keep lying. Okay, the more all lying, the voter side of the NDC will want to take over the leadership from the exceeding Ketia and John Mahama.
Okay.
And we need to find a way to encourage that. We need to find a way to encourage that. Meaning how we will do it. I wish I don't say this. I wish I say this privately to our people, but our people also know. Only are too busy trying their new 4x4, Toyota Land Cruiser, until they don't even listen. What am I saying?
Okay.
But we need to find a way to encourage Ablakwa and his group. Look, Tamani opposition, one who don't a party. Okay.
Yeah.
A general secretary crano, woman any control. A chairman, woman any control. Rafi.
Mekai, I forgot the
chairman, a secretary, plus some crab near Omo Makeka. There were two other people. But couldn't have friends at Bankwa and as I know a treasurer or something like that. I'm not sure if I remember the name properly. They made sure they put people there. They make sure they control ahead of it. They make sure anything our flag bearer say, the general secretary will oppose. So to just disunite our party. To your mama an opportunity and Okotra have been working and I want to make a party mum, to make a party. So okay. We need to do the same thing to them. We need to empower the voter caucus. J.J. Rawlings' opinion says we should use him to just take over the voter region side of the NDC away from a Sierra Katianjo Mahama Yentimi and a J.J. Koy, sadly.
Yeah.
Now the opportunity is still there. Because we monitor NDC media houses all the time. So we interview Nipa. So Nipa a free voter region. Okay. Mostly in some of our kind of way disagree with what the Sierra Katia said. Almost all of them. But T. Ross and Damia Fakbo, Papa. Excuse me for that. But T. There's a guy called Noye Free Zones Board, Chief Executive, the Reverend Diamsi Joe White Kennedy. Noye Free Zones, whatever, Free Zones Board.
And Michael Buffy.
Daddy, are you in? Question Buafu.
Yes, one day or so, Yanko back head officer. When we interview, no meeting. You both were to the extent say, Unyanko head officer, they are back or Pamu. They just want to take over the party. Well, and we need to encourage Anima way to flourish and to let it grow. Because the very interest. Your party, the Kufado Kwa, the contest ever so it's going to be very ugly. There will be tribalism, there will be this, there will be that. Because your party leadership, your Momoti officer, they have just shown clearly say, you're strong enough to control the party. Control it's like to see a very ugly contest. So, in a very ugly contest at that time, if he's still there, he will take command of that and spin it to his favor. What am I say? I'm looking at ahead, in as much as see the Ghana development is equal to Menenye that they be a Mekasetia and a person who much more vigorous action towards tackling poverty, justice and policing and justice and whatever. At the same time, if I compare the NDC and the NPP, me sure say the NPP is better poised. A bit near is I don't know if they are pushed. The NDC in the omuye just for profit for sika. Senti say omo kan for allotage ko bon. Uba NDC amwa somehow they believe say uba NDC na unye sika is the normal thing. That's why people come there. You know, allotage himself, we could use him to tear the central region part and the coastal region part from the NDC. Somehow we didn't do it. We haven't done it. And also, you see, doesn't control. You know, a friend is a lady way, and a busy started so thank you to me who see the NDC media houses and they see a bastion. You know, one no told ya thank you, no, there's canvas support for your Mahamano, or media houses in a bastion. What are you waiting for? A yabe pacho, friend is saying, Bruja, if you have a part for your tacho. A chop on over pie, no, it's a inferiority. A side of the NDC. What are you waiting for? Can't we just use Bruja Jemfi? You know, we need to look for all this because what's said your Mahama? Just say we should never entertain having him on the ballot paper because it could be dangerous. You know, and some of the kind also are forcing the government to negotiate Ukada. And some of the kind are forcing government to say road safety for all member out. And some of the kind of Kadani when they are training near their man, some of your Mahama is having effect. It shouldn't be because we allow him there. You know, we need to be very strategic. I wish say the national organizing group in any office, you know. The youth organize and name the office because so can national organize offices. Some major crowding SM now can make the office there. What they do, almost human be is to study the other political party and see where it's a bit media they accept or go from. That is part of their job. They need to be listening to this, picking the pieces, listening to where the cracks are, the weak points, they intervene. Near widen weak point cracks, you know, the wedge is near widen, you know, near where she didn't get your Mahama to one side, you know, because I'm out for some contest, you know. Heading a dress, you want to be popular. Speaker, I guess I want to be popular, you know. Heading a dress over NDC, over voter region, anyone on the northern side of the north, the voter region, NDC, over commando, over a lot of respect to her. So, he and a black one possibly will be the candidate and a running mate. So they want support to be able to take on your Mahama. What are you doing? We need to look at that. You know, we cannot brush them and paint all of them with the same brush. Like I say, and I'm to say JJ ban and send by a friend. There was no need for us to be telling him that when he was no threat to us. Name mobile for the side. These people, when they have clearly shown, say, a chantro, a nuisance. Okay, Tama, you can't say Jomahama Renno. A Yibeka say on former parallel government in OFOSUHENE. Me actually, Yabusano court case in Assam were radio good. As one can say, he's not interested in it anymore. Clearly, you're sending a message. Say I have been lied to and I got myself into trouble because he was made to believe that John Muhammad win election. Actually, court case started saying who say he was lied to and he was a fool for believing in those lies and finding himself in police, you know, chase. Or said court case, no, he's not interested in it anymore. You know, say one also what make it clear. Say, look, these people are lying too much. We could do without them. So nothing pay. What are you waiting for? Then you know, I want our party to do something. I want our party to sit down, plan, see quite everything see quite I empower opponent within his camp, crack it down. Now for a way. So that 2024, no matter how ugly
yo.
Thank you so much, Mike.
Lawyer, a better was. Thank you. Lawyer, any attendant came from UK. And Chakraya did you mediano baba? We have 3 minutes. Senaya Mekan on Sundays. You started 2 p.m. Denver time. Now 4 p.m. East Coast. Enti Obana later or late. Munshan and Sosa MIA. Where you breaking news? Breaking news way. Oprah News paper. Yeah, Yansa Akan. Near Tennessee. Oprah News stress Omampany Ede and Sembia Babont. I don't know. Say a true and I true. I think say be true. Say some media stations or some media houses that do advertisement for money rituals and money doubling to curb social vices in the country need to close down with the immediate effect. Yani antigan ho. The yan say TV stations be ne ade wo man Ghana mu a no wo yi double money wo yi kwan e fa so sikaduro ene dien si o man panyin say yen close sa stations ni nyina off with immediate effect. Every say and na ansa senra enkwada omo 16 years omo ye mienu e wo kaso a akokum akola o ye 10 years so omo de na kwaye rituals for sikaduro eye ade asi enura ya e wo kaso a ene ne pattern enti abeye national issue yo bia kan wasa enti no. This is the message I had to say. Omampany, I issue statement say, sir, media houses no. Sir, near man no mu yini TV so no. Yen cross ni nyina. Na me omampany yadwe. Yen cross no.
Yeah. Yini yadwe.
Because omo ade niema bi wura nipa bi mu adwene mu. Mun koye sei. Na koye sei obenye ska. Koso me pa cho mo fan to mute wa wo ya de no na de wa ya mamen san kofa misapia dankwa na oma ya ne last thought misapia hello misapia all right
yeah
misapia de na de chat wo amai
your friend is and so many animal akasa. And you should already be
so that.
Yeah. About ya okay na minyanka makasa we new law no omodiaba. What law na ten say PNGC law 111.
No so
supposed to be. But I'm say one more to 20 years.
I'm fine yet.
Now omo rectify am nti untumi nkoton friends our limo japade na wonko asane van say no yere ti na wakoton japade no na we ni more when the law states when the problem arises who say come am worry at the time of marriage and now one when your property no the property becomes for both of you I make a correct and I think say very good and like as I say I know what can all we need to do is to make sure that there's a fine in it. No, there's a fine in it. Fine, and say so we cotton or he cotton as I say double, triple, four, and then quadruple one. They need to find that or no amount of money be nothing you're punishing it to certain amount of jail time be. Those things are very, very critical. What I say to me yes I didn't come now you to make you send your money in a year. If you say about what I feel like what I was saying, yeah, mistake near my NGC bar, Ghana, we are good. And the other Mekaka for assembly. And I'm a fee within the next 2 years, also MPP. Whatever every member, every supporter can do to support and push MPP to do what is right and make sure that and never minimum up to 2 years to say land registration, those things, identification. I just a very, very good political power. If you are able to do those things with enforcement of the existing laws now, Ghana, Libyan NDC, and then the communicators will appoint to Ghanaians as a NDC. Yes, and by the name of here. So Mahama Kwan, what is the purpose? Maybe America. They said the fact that Mahama had the audacity to give the bauxite in him to New York. I don't think so. Santibi out of Mahama or Ghanaian Ukraine in general. No Ghanaian should ever think of voting for Mahama again. So the national property, giving it to his own brother, without benefiting the whole nation at large, as every Ghanaian, every Justin Mahama says, this man is wicked. Papana Boka, Minto Die Ayaneka, or about the Peganesca, Mahama baby more. Let me predict this. Anybody who is doubting about Mahama Kameno, so baby more there. The first 1 year, about Bessiano market ready.
Yeah.
One more coin by 100 billion.
Yeah.
About Bessiano by $100 billion. No much to do now without using a penny to do anything for the
country. So no one can say no misappear. Obaswa obedi 4 years won't mean more than 4 years. And to send your work sika obepo sia bia na be kon account.
Yes. And the ancestor then Libya na say Muhammad
na say ya man fon so ti ase say o nditi for na shemra to ho say uba ye mampanyi wi a ye ntimi nchew for the past 10 years. And to sika wo bia ne bibia wo bia no or the tini dem.
So, I didn't have a mistake amendment, but I'm ready for you.
Next week, you better amendments. No,
because you will never do your constitution and rule of law anymore.
Yeah,
this is actually amendment room, keep through the judicial process. I don't know, as I say, it costs just about $10,000 and at 10,000 Ghana cedis. Multi-million home for 17 years. I didn't.
Yeah.
We need to push MPP to rectify all these things. Let the parliament vote for it.
Yeah.
Make it a new way of doing things for the country. Not a minor because Ghana Hope is MPP. If MPP couldn't do it, not NDC bar, we all doomed. I get it.
Yamisra also. Mr. Apia. Yeah, that's it. Mama Kofa, Mama Christie. Na Yanji Mama Christie 2 minutes. Mama Christie, Otemenka. Yentiwe, Mama.
Minister only Obeja Fun na.
Yeah, that's it.
Na said on my Ghana ayen. With the minister, Nana Gusu ordinary esiho ye ni famudi. Na NDC for wa mawom almost odomo aka NPP for ho anase wa mawom adwuma no nyamisra no eyi chese sade papa na omo ebubo ni din ebi ni bo ni din de mbone no onye nipa bone saa sade omu ni mu no onu de odo bia but NDC for no omu saa se obia nko baka se MPP for nko na obetwe omo aben ho ewo parliament but papa anye saa
me pacho wana na chidede wo hosa no
nta edia wo hu ni nta o advocate bi anase nyamso bi ewo ni oti Barbara se oti nyamso ase ana wote de nyame eka fa enipa biya ho eni ti na se nana wa ayes otuni anamon sa no
yo
nyame ntira no
yeah that's
it so sabe wo mo se wa mamra ese ma obia ya nyije obia so se we say me yo konfwas mo si mi hu ade asmasi na say ama o man mu aye nyanya basa obia pre se mi ko ji sikaduro more ba no so ko betimi di na ho ode apesika amana yiye aye adwuma amana yiye na ni nyina no wakata kata ni nyina so wayo watu agu se wa obechi onu enya papa nyame nsia no pa
wonto nyame nsia ye da se mama
Christy yeni ana mpanefo ma onyina dika bakari nyina etasu mama moni eduma
ye da se papa mama Christy ne ete ne kan odi fi Chicago ye da se mama nko buachi yado
hello
oban ye mo akwa
yeah eti sen
obade adawroma ye hoye na won so
etia bako michia ni anu nyina lawyer woso oh lawyer michia o yada wasi ya ta bra all the time say the wonya time esemre eba ebetichi ye no wonsa ma woka no eto asumu papa emu doye pa nti lawyer na wanko no ekwa nimdie efirimu eba pa me yetie wasem na de me ya ne se wonsam no se ya enka edru Ghana de a enka me pepa nan campaign one ahemfo no wo mu nyina ati nan ka kɔ omo edompem because the nim says will be cry ye wo hinin pa said ye kan you see president ne be somo oman ma no sanso na wo so ye wo hina sabe wo ye leader wo ye wo hina e wo kuro no enti wo mom po ne sesen ka wo brekese so ye nyina ye so ehene enso e manisa enti ensama ye kan bebrebe wallahi isu nyina ye kan nyina first ejina o mampanyini emra wo hye emra nya adwuma e wo man mu second ahemfo no so ka ho o man na asai so fu bi say we ai say dunsini bi so we ai say emra enya adwuma e wo o man mu no entina yesi freedom tina obiya timi kanin sama opebia obiya timi di boni a opebia ka mojagu free yenya no hwe emra nya adwuma o man lawyer kan se bi ma na ye mede pa se wo mo edi law ababe to honom se wo hinintimi ontimi ton asase emma enipa mienu ana enipa emiensa na lawyer kan se bi se sama wo maka de aba beto edwa no asem bi ya na ewo ho no mo dada na ya hye da ho dada na emra no ye hye ye no emra ne ne edisu ana se efe na ya adwene se odesign ye pese edi emra no so na ka constitution no
wati ya da maka 1 minute
okay matimi de basis ya so me de pa said they work as a baby or her in Kakurum air park. Was said that for good because population air doors on will be tinifie, will bet my rabbit na park and no jet and from tinifie air environment to be anyhow. One more 2 pounds happening, yeah. Said they work as it. The Abasia teacher or man, and I just say good dining in a good be as I turning crass and yes, I see no fufro. Tom. So workers are working, ubedi actually aka. Na me say bi say abai so osi dai. Your wife me ba so ho. Abai so osi dai. E dai na wo osi no. Me bi say dai na wo osi no. The okay, the almost seen dada from Kofo time bepim samed. Me pe bi ato me nya bi ato ana. Me bi say ne bo e yesai. Ampis fo na omo abokro no omo wo oman mu omo di abai sika no. Woman, I yes, can no matter for a dime. Just will be a tijumana. You tia tasna. Sabi, could you my enter the Murana? You are Jana Corson. Opebiata, the man.
So,
Young Famana, yet the man of Walker, the Babono, what me ento. And she signed and for now, we are by Sikana, it isn't common fine idea no fine. One man is half a Sikan or Massadia. A diamond
some. Can you have some? And so, dear Casabati.
O ka Ghana asema o be ka a dive be so mu si 5,000 10,000 NDC or MPPO me busa se me ameti krom ha sabe enye kura no e bia wo so me so anke me nya $200 $100 ato den bia metim bia to ase atua me pe bia menya ato ana me busa sa ti mem ni no wote o mem ho na sabe watch awiyo su nam awia so up and down so pe bia so me bia ato ana ko Rollins MP flat your friend maami bi amebenua NDC ni tietia krokrowa sa ze wo free kekos wo ye popra times will be a wo like me ko few years ago I was akoma no estate wo MP flat Rollins MP flat wo na me pedai ahai e wo hono obi introduce me sa time na kofo abase no wa step down I saw my side hono wakoje land bi wo no twa blocks me kwa na me ni maami ne da because I'm a koto, sa regional minister, no obna hafo. No one so why step down.
What you don't tell me.
There
be not some baby adding in the mina, and no son now would take it up.
Can I be better? Can
Manen kana odisia some so.
So many was woman 80 me pacho. Me pacho p, Miss Row. Minimum me time, me say what time me pacho. As my making my meno. One of my apartment in Okutani and me can't see as a muso. Third day, I saw Marco Bobusia, 80 Ghana food, and I call Bobusia. One so we see die 5,000, 10,000, they can't in one. He any band or Muton Danny be Emano. Anti foreign ministers in front one corner, I talk a dino. And to full paper, one more fiancé so. Ye ria or Mainsika, our Mancasa Mufi. Woman sa to a dynamic mosa Eddie high and for. Yana means not so I cannot. My man quan apartment in me and sa. My mother Benoit as one. As I said, Britain and what you didn't move over NDC. And so on. I then a more Shagana for and Yasa. One more Shagana for near MPP and DC. I don't care, me MPP, but I don't care. Because me to send your wife can't be a dia or musino. A dino command for no matiti a German rantana, or matiti street na, ye Jew task na, or mutiano. Yen Tadian Pana came if we know consumer. One more apartment in Ibiato, 1 bedroom, next Sabi. So a while for an one in Prague with Nama, on the moon Biato. Over one binto, a dia musing rano, or mutin or man cata elm.
Yo,
Starfish for Midawas Manoisi.
Also, Onsiadas, Guachiado. And you're turning from New York. I've read the and sent P4 and so
Mike.
I Nana Mahu, Meba, and sent P4 day 1 day Baba to us. Am I? To my men cover Nana Srebo quick now on my 2 minutes. Name Fansaurus Nana and you.
Mike. Wait, me say my late, and I send you fat semi. My year, ho of ye so cry to say. And me, your power, come my year, or you may be that I come as a pan, and so. Member no one, Mr. Secra, Mammy Casa, born me contribution in our come. Mike, me, Mammy Casa, and yet, my family is Nama catch MPP. A man penny phone in a big of phone in say, I'm not radio. When you force the apple, I'm nothing until so the book. Me I could be also on the book fidie no, but in my baby and no person could do the ano or more infamous fidie. Besides the Kumu in Yada any sika. Kumu our dad and then the do sika bro. And so the old woman any be Diana or Chimney in a moody tour a year to my dear son could demand radio to a monk Kayo. Now make come as some minimum and continue kind of saying, Mike, in fact, yet the Grumwana, yet the senior media is here. No, Mike says, I ascend here.
uhunu sani wusin kana na wusin wusin trim chese asoma ne edewe a wo kan afi no mampani abase afidibata bia radio station bia na TV station bia wode radio bo sika mohoho de wuro bia so wode sika duro mohoho bia ni jai no Mike enkosi da Benin Ghana mpanimfo ye betena ho ma asem aba ansana ya so bibia no kese ye de bibia si ansana ya befa no sobre ya be kai se ye de bai se TV station bia punya ensa ho de wuro bo na no Mike ensa kwa ho de wuro nsa do e kan e kro kwa almost 300 as 400 ensa ma akoma akwa yabo and yabo ni din sa ma akoma akwa ya vedo so you kro no de ko no sabi edru ba bia e ni penifo kro ni pa
na sebo ensa ya wo kan so so empamu nkomo nsankwa
fefe eye de mo ti mo ye din ebe ma ba me mo ye din esu ye ti kro mu e mai on ti se ye bon se bi ho da wuro radio bi so na TV so me da ye jani ma to wo bada no bia bi obi apani a so yenko ye se ebe fa na kola opani o obi na muyo na obi e de ope shefe su kono ma 16 years 17 years umiri di ba jisika no kra fe ukumu yonko de kodine ba de na de be ye awu me ti obi ba wa wo no wa pra do he obi pa no ba mo pa na me ya 10 years Mike isika ko ko dimu emu aduane di emu hospital ta na wo sika do ku petu ku obi ba kwa wo ku na ku bi ase o ka ko le that wo be president according to the mami kwa na the mami signature say the party is very brilliant wa funny computer o ya dia to o bu game ebi kwa wo pa ya wo ku no kwa computer no kwa woni bi o wo ku no kwa abetu obi de fie ato achini afi no mampani fo asore say afi de ye brasa ne ma ni tini enim say fa de no a e koso ne kwala de sie mampani fo nti ebenya influence bi on kwala no nti kase e bra ne ntemo ansa ni e cheme bi bi ansa na ya ye bibi aten ka to ne dawo ka na sie ya ye nye adi sia hwese kwan de kumnipa adi tie ye bibia ye pese obi aporentem fo obi o ho ansa na etu wana mo enye science tell o mai sa Mike you krom hai ebre wo krom ho ano e pa se mara na diwa ye do be set scapegoat abu bi e ho se mara na ye de wo set example ba ye krom obi ayen fom so kra na o se achi nipa na so no no hina se metie front ma be jino me na me wo fa no na MPO ya ba be say asema na papa yi ke e say ya o mu si Mike ene be ka kire madam fu bi enya opportunity o KMA kumasi kajidia na mso chale wodi me bi wakose die mitimi anya so ibi nten wasi minia kwa nutum na so no empanimfo na etwa mo waje na omo sa de me ma han na han no de ma wa ibi 100 million ana 100 million na business ne cost was mitum it is a mitum na so ibi mo na for dia was nsemo waka kwem se Ghana bi pia it whom you know
nana umbre na so nana
mate Mike what next week mebo modern na mabantem na me so me di margin kire ni dia minim abebebu adwumadi ni ma me fancy ya me say o me da si bebre so ma
me say ya fa SMP for almost 30 minutes kono ngo gaya kono we na dia o say that so be pon ya na ene ma mema 2 minutes bi na fa Jesus mine
wait a minute me be to topic be na mo discuss na
topic na dey bebre na ye discuss ya kan NDC for nsemo ekoso ena ya kan new law aba for nsase nom ne aware so bi ne obi wo hona property bi wo mun wa yo mun nyina dia so bi fa chire koton ne ade na no court nsaso mu a 15 years na hon sembe no so far na no komo ana
okay my
omo di ewu nso Ghana ho because of sikadrone ade
yeah me that them say break for so no be kan no afa time before say by the time almost the corner no so wo me up but my mentia na member wa baso na Infantia for IAT, we are there for 9. Na sema my type kaka ntina mo teminka wano the way Chita I hear the order of the day Ghana homeke last year before Ghana up to election day na me browse Sunday we me browse television national TV no my say preaching bi was so big also Mike me do baby nkofo boys this are even underage boys computers yomanim sir for 100 Ghana cedis about 1,000 Ghana cedis I'm saying that besides the other channel same thing the same some boys be yeah this are young boys after me say a year other channel maybe a comfort almost over 200 cities about 2,000 cities it be fair me brand kitwa now because then no your radio TV this no I say oh who that I'm saying that also all that this system and they are allowing this on the national television I say oh I'm more that
wow
I'm saying really if I might message to me is so disappointed
yeah obey
oh what you come here what you come on side way of course on national television
yeah
they say jamu yeno ama emebu na bano
na kono imagine say kromu apa omo makwa masadi we koso TV so double money kamekana as a wudi ebe koso kromu a ye nya bi mboni ne ye hu
this is worse than offense number one
yeah
this is worse than number one because match me bu fuya ma na me hu me so
yeah
I'm say oh I also do that baby a malam baby a comfort omunya Sunday we say can you na Sunday we browse television ya preaching ni ade hey it's okay Ghana the whole Sunday ni na every single station
wow
I say omo no di mo kwa me di no ya me hu me tin dey so radio so Oxy FM I don't see the car with her. But I never so me, they say, me, Janiwa, and first station, Mammy Quine, first time in station. And also, so good discard the bar. You ever double now? Mr. Bishadi, I have the FM. No more, yes, I didn't also. I say, me, Papa. I say, Ghana, no, in fact, the accommodation quality move is so dangerous. Yeah. At your age, who is the car? Who they yet here?
Yeah.
Mike, can you say near Ghana? Now, at the age 21, 22, who did fear any cars? Who they yet then?
Who they when you brought school, Papa? No, Prano.
Now, what for number 2 already 50 years ago? Eh? How much for that one was what? Come on,
can be
20 years you want to own a mansion.
Yeah.
And a fleet of cars at 20-year-old.
Up a Bentley, up a Rolls Royce.
Mr. Mike, I don't mean who's again with TV show. That's last year, December, yeah. So, man, customer disappointed, and I'm a
yeah. Yeah.
It's not your IGP number upon Bruno. I'm a friend. I'm the chief. Until they also a use oh Ghana into a year. Also penny I'm daddy. And I'm saying I'm what they didn't go oh be a baga no be one.
Yeah.
Also Sunyan I'm about a meet to be Sunyani. Eti oba a year about cry on measure what samaka. Normal I say elections and all any bro na ban into as a political phone in you know after Christmas and after elections. So I'm better to put it.
And your take care. I feel no more take care.
Ha, many we physical medical. Now who come Krana? Any other country.
Kono we na wasena yemre no.
Land because I don't know more yet. Who be say what type of business na more yet? More income yet then.
as well, end of the year, you have a taxes are here much here. I think they should be allowed even 2 minutes. Yeah. But these guys were all over the television on Sundays, on Monday. Yeah. I was so pissed off and very, very disappointed.
Yo.
Me audio class and video class at the two platforms who I would say last December. Because I'm disappointed. Every person by the Shankwalawi. Then the actual Kwala sir, I just saw those. I just saw you don't have to work. Nemo, so to me, not to be your 100 cities, but to me, I could get 2,000 Ghana cedis. And to me, yes, and then the excellent Kwala.
Yeah, that's it.
Mike.
When I'm watching my Anton.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a Konongo Kayan yet saying the free Washington DC and now or the buy. Sabrady, and the political show no ebepim. The end of fire for fire. Osi so what radimuye?
Oh yes.
Once radimuye. Ono ankasa nso na obekon amaye. Thank you very much. Kosoamu afidi no na heyara. Odofo enyim free ha. Mo amohwe wo Facebook ne any YouTube no so kosoa na hwe. Na sabre ya de ma you mabna Mama Christine ya nuanu mo akanyina no de ensempi dwumadie no ato aso ama onyame nsira ochire nyame ya adoma ebesan ne ho ade ahia so anati amena
Now, tell me my brand roll.
All right. Mayu.
Yes.
Now,
for what you say?
Nyame adom ye ho ye na so e.
Adom grace ya yen so ye ho ye pa.
Okay.
Enti yo nyame nhira won so ne wadwuma pa wo ne fire for di maye man Ghana any wiase nyina nyame nhira mo pa. Monso mobile tin san bebre